Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is our very first ever daytime, it's not our very first ever daytime video stream, but it's the first of a new thing on the channel for the new year going further that we're going to be doing. We're going to be live every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and every Thursday at noon Eastern time, covering movie news as it happens and talking about movies and
this is really cutting into my drinking hours. Really cutting into my drinking. I'm usually a daytime drinker. Daylight savings, you would say.
Hey, I just noticed, buddy. You got some great lighting going on right now. Is this the daytime lighting or?
Yes, it's the daytime lighting. I have the shades slightly cracked so I can watch all the people come into the apartment building as I'm streaming. That's what I'll do.
Dude, that lighting is sweet. That's like a double improvement over what it was.
Yeah, it might just be the shirt though. This is the shirt that April got me for Christmas that I was crying about.
What's that?
She got this from Costco. I'm wearing a Costco Kirkland brand shirt. Don't you guys? I know.
Oh, the shirt.
Yeah, I know you're jealous.
Yeah, the Christmas, the Christmas Eve incident.
I told her I was obviously joking about her getting it for me for Christmas because I thought it was something totally different. She wrapped it up to make it seem like it was like a, I don't know, something like from Trick or Treat Studios, and I got it, and I was like, oh, it's a shirt, and I saw the brand, I was like, it's not just a shirt, it's a Kirkland, so I know I'm playing with class. And I was like, $12.99. And she's like, it costs more than that. I'm like, all right. I was like, calm down.
It's the thought that counts.
No, I was just.
And the thought was that you were at work and you grabbed it off the
joking
shelf.
about it, and I was like, yeah, I was just joking about it with stream, and I was like, I said it was like $12.99 or something. I was like, well, my wife really loves me, and she's like, it costs more than that. I was like, okay, calm down, relax. I was like, it might cost $13.99. No,
yeah, it's fine. It was on sale.
Yeah. Dude, she's like one of those people that like we had that snowstorm that blasted through here, and luckily we didn't lose power, and it was pretty bad, but it wasn't awful around in the apartment complexes. They did a pretty good job snow shoveling and everything. But she came home yesterday and she had 2 snow shovels. I'm like, why did you get that? And she's like, just in case we need it. I was like, I'm not clearing out the parking lot for other people. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not going to be that old man from Home Alone that people start talking about. Like, he's like out there snow shoveling for no reason. I was like, how much was that? She's like, it was on sale for $20. I was like, well, all right, that's not bad. But it's like, she's like one of those pickers, dude. I was like, are you supposed to be working? She's like, oh, I walked around and someone had set inside on the floor and it was on sale. And I'm like, okay.
No offense to any women here, but that is I think that's just a female perspective. If something's on sale, they're going to buy it.
Mm-hmm. It's that's what I said. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, she brought home she bought like a big baby Yoda like 2 years ago because it was on sale. I'm like, why do you have that?
Where do you want me to put this? I don't even own a gun, much less that would necessitate a gun rack.
I was like, that's what dog beds are for. Anyway,
hey, how was the sound, everybody? Please let us know if the audio is coming through clearly. We've been having some audio issues, so just want to make sure on that front. But yeah, Atomo, Jay just reminded me of it. By the way, how was everyone's weekend? I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. I did not. I had a terrible weekend. Ohio State did win their championship. See you next Monday. Suck it, Notre Dame. But
Buckeyes.
The Packers did lose. The Packers lost, and it hurts, but I expected it, so it's fine. And I only drank 10 to 11 apple juices. Jay asked me how hungover I was. I didn't even tell him I was drinking. That's how bad it felt.
I knew it was going to happen, but it's either way. It was going to be an excuse either way. It's like, if they win, I have to do it for celebratory reasons. I mean, it's bad luck if you don't drink a little bit of apple juice when your team wins. But if they lose, I have to do it because it's obligatory. When your team loses, you have to share in the misery of your fans or the other fans. So you're going to do it either way.
And speaking of wives, I got a bone to pick with mine too. Like, she was super judgmental of me on Sunday, and I don't appreciate that at all. I stayed home in the 4 walls of my home, and by the way, I shoveled some snow yesterday. Back's hurting a little bit. You know, I do the things I'm supposed to do. I'm watching the Packers game, and yeah, I'm a little into it. Yeah, I'm screaming curse words at the TV while there are children around. It's Sunday at 4:30 in playoff weekend football. Okay.
Yeah, I might have smacked my kid in the head when they got in front of the TV and said, "Go back to your room." I mean,
yeah, I didn't yell at anyone in the house. I wasn't mean to anybody in the house, and I kept getting side eye. And I'm like, what is this? I can feel the judgment simmering off her. Like, oh my God, it's just a game. I'm like, no, it's not. Not to me.
I did the kind of same thing. I actually did that with April because she's an Eagles fan and she was watching it, and I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 as men do, the role play fantasy game of the year 2024 for show. But she was like screaming at the laptop when they would do idiots. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, God, stop it, you fair weather fan. He's like, you don't even know what's going on. No, I didn't say that. But I was like, baby, how many points does it take for a touchdown? And she's like, 7. It's like, ha, 6. 7 is the extra point, stupid face. No, I didn't say it. But I was like, I'd never been around her when she's actually watching the game. So I actually, next time they play, I'll just get you both in the room like you fight. It'll be like that. Because I don't care. I didn't have a dog in the fight. But yeah.
No, I'm just gonna go over there and do her like so you're basically doing your wife what my wife was doing me. You're like, God, calm down. It's just a game.
I'm not
like,
doing
hey,
your
let me
wife.
enjoy
What
things.
are you talking about? You just said I'm gonna go there and do your wife.
Oh, yeah, I'll show her.
I'll show her. I'll make you cheat on my best friend.
That's what you get for rooting for the Eagles.
You know what?
Don't worry, Jay. I fixed her.
I don't know, man. I don't have any. I'm not gonna say it and insult everybody, but do the Eagles fans? Woo, I think they were rated. I'm not sure, but I thought they were rated at some point that as the worst or like the meanest fan base. I mean, they're passionate, of course, but like one of the worst fan bases too. Like I think they were right up there with the Steelers.
There's a video online circulating right now of a Packers fan, a Packers fan would never do this. An Eagles fan. There's this girl wearing Packers uniform, and he's sitting there like yelling at the guy. It was the first part of it started to be kind of funny because he's yelling at the Packers fan guy. He's like, "You didn't even get a first down. You still need one more yard." He goes, "You're jerking off into the air over 9 yards." And then that part, I was like, okay. But then he goes, "How about you don't call her a dumb C word?" We're not 10 minutes in yet. How about you don't call her a dumb C word? And he looks at her. He goes, "She's a dumb, ugly C word," like right to her face, and starts screaming like dumb, ugly C word. And I was like, man, what a piece of, and also the guy that was with her. Someone says that to the, I guess maybe if it's not your wife, whoever, I don't know the relationship, but the guy with her was like, "Don't worry, I got it on film." It's like, you'd go over there, you knock that dude in the face, dude. I'm sorry, you don't let somebody.
Well, if I were with my ex-wife, I'd be like, well, he has a point. I mean, I'm not going to do it.
Sure.
We
don't know what happened beforehand.
You shouldn't speak that way to my lady because I'm with her. But if I were out in a bar with you, I'd totally buy you a drink. Like, you're absolutely right, dude. 100%. She is, and she's a cheater too. No, I think. Well, yeah, my brother-in-law was telling me he's like, because he goes to the games a lot. He's obviously a huge Eagles fan. He was telling me, he's like, "Oh, I got to take you to an Eagles game." I was like, "I don't want that." But he was like, "No, when you come to visit again, we'll have to schedule so you can come and go to an Eagles game." And he was like, "But here's the thing: is you're a Giants fan, right?" I'm like, "I mean, yes." I was like, on paper,
I dabbled.
I was like, there is an idea of a Giants fan, Jay Jones, but I don't know. But he was like, "Well, you can't wear those. You can't wear anything New York if they're playing here, like nothing." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "They will chuck beer bottles at you as you're walking through the parking lot." I'm like, "Oh, so it's like Streets of Rage when you're walking up to the Coliseum." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's stupid." I was like, "I have no problems wearing some. I'll blend in, disappear. You'll never see him again." But I can't get that fandom, dude. We live in Kentucky, and basketball is God here. Like, it's literally. But even then, it's like, I guess we are a little arrogant when we go on the road and play other teams, but not like that, dude. Not chucking full beer bottles at people and trying to pick fights in the parking lot of Rupp Arena. No. It's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. A lot of passionate fans out there. A lot of passionate fans.
Philly fans are the worst, dude. So there is. Okay, I want to try this. Because something just came out. And that means I can try this. Are you guys ready? This is the best part of this show. It's the best part of the idea of this new show. And it probably won't work because I just put it on here. But really high quality shit we got going on. Mm-hmm. You ready for this? I love it.
Yeah. If there's a jump scare here, dude, I'm gonna get mad.
Well, I will say that there's supposed to be audio.
I know, it's fine. It's actually creepier when there's no audio. It makes it more like ominous. It's like, oh, they cut the power. I know it's more obvious, dude. But you know what? People like just tuned in, dude. They don't know what they're watching. They're like, these guys are covering like the CCP or something. But by the way, I just found this out. YouTube is weird, dude. Like, obviously, we have to be careful with like 10 minutes because their TOS is stupid. It changes all the time. It's like a girl on her period. She's hot or she's cold. She's mad and she's not. It's ridiculous what they do. You can't even type in. I've only found this out because I was watching another podcast yesterday. You can't type in CCP on StreamYard or on YouTube comments. It won't let you. You have to like
What's it mean?
Because it's the Communist Chinese Party. It won't let you type CCP in. And then it won't let you type in President
That sounds
Xi.
racist.
Well, no, it's just I don't know what
It's racist.
It's probably it's offensive. What?
But
it's just that's what it is. But and you can't type in President Z. I can't. But I don't know. I don't know how to say Chinese words. But that the president, you're not allowed to say his name either. It's like, don't say their name. Don't talk about them. Don't mention them. Don't you dare say anything that might offend me, you sad sack.
You can't keep me down. I'll go to Rumble. I swear.
I'll join Steven Crowder and the brigade over there. You guys have no idea what's coming. And I'm going to make my own Snow White like the Daily Wire and then fire Brett Cooper. Did you guys hear about that?
I don't know who those people are.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. So it's funny. The Daily Wire, I'm sure you guys know who the Daily Wire is. Ben Shapiro, all those guys. They used to be, or at least they started out as anti-establishment, or like they were against like the left or whatever, and they were an independent company. They still are an independent company, but now they're actually part of the corporate machine in a ways that like they were railing against earlier on. And so the controversy like they're really heaped in it right now because, well, I don't know how much of a controversy it is, but I know a lot of people are talking about it. So there was a YouTuber named Brett Cooper who's her thing was the comment section with Brett Cooper, and she would do I think it was a daily show. Anyway, they pretty much unceremoniously fired her and replaced her with her best friend or former best friend who used to be a producer for the show that was actually her maid of honor, and basically made her the new host is exactly like her. So this chick literally studied her every move to be just like her, says the same everything. And I don't know, it's just it's so cringy. And then they also did like they were going to make their own Snow White movie, and they were going to have Brett Cooper be Snow White. And the reason why it got flushed is I don't know. This is all rumor and conjecture. I don't know for sure.
All I'm learning about this is that you watch Ben Shapiro, and that's weird.
I watch a bunch of stuff. I watch Ben Shapiro. I watch Bill Maher. I watch it all, guys. I'm a well-rounded individual, physically and mentally. But no, I
can only attest to the physical part.
Well, I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, it was pretty
wonderful.
cringy because, well, the end of the day, it was cringy because Brett Cooper said that she wanted. Originally the idea is that the Snow White they were going to make was that it was going to be apolitical. Everybody could enjoy it. It was basically the exact Snow White story without any kind of changes whatsoever. It was just the original Snow White story. But the problem is that the Daily Wire wanted to add in little slivers of things or subplots that were going to piss off the left. So she was like, no, I don't want to do that. That doesn't need to be in the story. I just want to make a regular Snow White movie and just, make the friggin' movie and people will have a good time watching it. Because that's what Disney's getting railroaded for, is adding all this virtue signaling shit in it. So Daily Wire was going to do the other way to trigger the lefties. And she was like, no. So that's pretty much why the movie got flushed. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it, dude. It's so weird. On the left or the right, you motherfuckers can't let go of your own prejudices or your own ideologies just to make a fucking good movie. Like, it's just as bad on the right at times as it is on the left. Like the right wants to take pop shots. And I know it's easy to do because people get offended by almost fucking anything. A fart in the wind will offend somebody. But the left also does virtue signaling and performative shit, which is annoying. But so it's like, just make a good movie, dude. It's like you don't get admired in all this dumb shit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what that whole company does, though. It's like a political company, right? Like
it is a political company, but it's no different than like MSNBC or anything else. It's just on the other side. Yeah. I'm just saying the reason why is like, why can't you just make a movie that's good? I don't know why that's hard to do. Why do you have to put political anything in it? Or why do you have to put subplots in it specifically to piss off one side or the other? Just make the movie.
Then why can't you just trim your eyebrows every once in a while?
My eyebrows.
Not you. Oh.
I was gonna say,
what a dickhead thing to say.
There's one thing on my face that looks good. It's my eyebrows. I know my forehead looks like a projection screen, high definition, but my eyebrows are nice and trimmed. But Shapiro does have some thick ass eyebrows. No, but it's like him and that one dude from American Pie are like in a running to see who's got the best caterpillars.
Yeah. But we'll just tell your mother we ate it all.
I know it's a side tangent, but I just had to bring it out because it was funny. And I think there was a lot of other reasons going on behind the scenes about why they fired Brett Cooper. And also Steven Crowder had actually leaked out an NDA that he was going to sign with them. And it was an awful deal. Like if you sign with them, it was pretty much that they own your show in propriety. And like basically it means that you sign with them, they pay you amount of money, you work with them, they help you bolster your numbers. They pay you based on your numbers, but then when you ever decide to leave or they fire you, they own your show. And that's it.
We got $5,000.
I was gonna say, I thought you said we got 5,000 people in here. And I'm like, what? Now I'm really.
Hey, let's get to some of your all super chats, and then we got some breaking news to get to as well. What's up, Luke Majee? Thanks for coming. Luke,
hey, man.
Luke, shit. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm having a stroke right now.
I love to see those little green boxes. They're so sweet and sexy.
I like all boxes because I'm not a racist. JK says, so Raw last night was much better than the first episode. I agree with you, Mike. Pinta is one badass looking guy. Thoughts on Evil Arnold, which is Gunther. So I stopped watching after that. I made a couple tweets last night, Jay. I tried to watch a little bit of Monday Night Raw. I tried to go back in. If you guys remember last week, we did a full coverage thing on the first episode, and neither of us were fans, but I decided to dip one more toe back in. And it wasn't as bad as it was the first week, but I got bored rather quickly. And at one point I looked up and there was a man wrestling in his underwear. And I thought to myself, you can just let go, Mike. Like, it's okay. Like, I know you're trying so hard to get involved in this, but you can just let go. But I will say, before I got to that point, there's a new wrestler, and he's not new. He's been wrestling this is, again, when you tweet, you learn these things. This new wrestler called Pinta, who comes out, and he's a luchador. And he's got these badass eye contacts and this awesome paint. And dude, he was the best wrestler I've seen in some time. He was doing all sorts of crazy cool moves. It was a great match. Both dudes did a great job. But I was like, this guy seems like he's fun. And everybody's like, dude, you haven't seen the 1,700 hours of underground luchador tapes and the underground wrestling? And I'm like, no, I just saw the guy and I thought he looked cool. But he was cool, dude. He was really cool.
I can't get into it. After that first episode, I was like, nah, that's good. I'm not attracted to you. It was a great time, sort of. It was like, it got me there, but I just can't go back on a date with you, WWE. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I wish you the best. But
the Gunther guy, that guy was pretty cool too. Like, I like the cut of his gym, but then he has a title, and then there's other titles. It's not actually the heavyweight title. And then the dude who comes out, Jey Uso, and then we got to watch everybody dance for 10 minutes, and he comes out, and he basically is just like a high school kid. He's like a Logan Paul looking dude, and he's like, he does this whole speech about how nobody believes in him because he was once a tag team guy, and I was like, all right, I'm out. That's actually when I cut out. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Wasn't that the guy that wrestled with over the magic necklace in the first episode?
Yeah.
It's magic. The magic Hawaiian necklace.
Paul Heyman sold that the best though. He was just over on the side going,
OTC. Was that OT? Is that what it is? OTC. OTC. No, it was an original tribal chief. OTC. That's what I when they kept chanting in the first episode, I was like, why are they like? They're literally, they have commercials every other 5 seconds, and now they're talking about over-the-counter medication. You guys have no shit.
No. And by the way, no disrespect to anybody who does still get into it. I'm into a lot of things that I was still into as a child. It's just that one thing I just can't get into it anymore. I've tried my best.
Yeah, I'll occasionally dip my toe and watch midget wrestling because there's nothing better than. I mean, listen, man, they put on a great product. I don't know what it's. I think it's.
You don't have to do it with his. He doesn't have to do it with his dick in his hand, but he does.
Micro wrestling. That's what it's called. It's good stuff, dude. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I like it. I don't follow all the storylines, but it's interesting to watch.
They tour a lot. I'm afraid to go because I don't want to.
I want to go. I do. If they were here in Lexington, I would 100% go.
They come to Manchester all the time.
We should go.
I'm afraid to.
All it's like you just watch little people throw the shit out of each other, like, and you drink some beer.
I know it sounds like a great time, but I'm afraid to because I don't know how to react in front of them.
Throw that fucker. I don't know.
Yeah, but like if you laugh or they think you're laughing at them, I don't want to make them feel bad.
They know.
Bless their little hearts.
Everybody's having a good time. Don't act like that. Don't act like they're children. They're grown ass men and women. Don't be like, bless your little hearts. But,
somebody get this guy a juice box.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, what's up, juice box? I'd like to go, dude. I'd love it.
I would. Maybe I will. Maybe I go. Hey, buddy, Christopher McIntyre. Unnecessary, but thank you, sir. You have marked the occasion with a very sweet super chat from Chris. There, he says, "Wham called it. Heels is a great show. So good. Netflix, please greenlight this for more seasons. Please. You guys." And the Wham, as usual, rock forever and always. P.S. Blow me YouTube algorithm. Cheers. Yeah, suck it, algorithm.
That's how a man talks. That's how he talks. Blow me YouTube algorithm. So you're right, dude. You're right. And when you're right, you're always right. 100%. We talk about it. We preach it. It's our Bible. Heels is one of the best shows I've ever watched in my life, dude. It was so fucking good. Stephen Amell is amazing in that. And the way that season 2 ended, dude, please For the love of God, Netflix, greenlight it. Just one more season so we get a finale, a final wrap up. It was so good. That show should be on for 6 seasons, dude. It's so good.
Damn straight.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll get it because again, we talked about it briefly on the last stream. Amel did talk about, he didn't think that if there was no path to possibilities, Netflix wouldn't have picked it up and ran it. He said they could have just kept it in the cellar and collecting dust. But the fact that they are rerunning it is a hopeful sign.
Yeah, I pray to God, man. I don't know if it'll happen because it's been so long since it's already been there. I don't know if anybody's watching
that
it or
guy,
not. But if you guys,
the brother, he's already on another show. He'd definitely come back. 100%.
Yeah, Mel's on Suits LA now or something like that. But honest to God, like seriously, if you guys have not checked out Heels, it's on Netflix. I'm telling you, whether you're into wrestling or not, if you like Friday Night Lights type of shows and stuff like that, you don't really have to be into sports, but if you're into drama and stuff like that, it's one of the best shows you'll ever see in your life, man. I mean,
yeah, dude, it's like it's like a mix of I think I can't remember, The Kingdom. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah,
it's like the mix of The Kingdom, The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, and the Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, Kingdom, and Iron Claw. It's kind of like a mix of all those things put together. I was thinking about Iron Chef. I was like, I haven't had breakfast.
It's super entertaining, dude. Thanks so much, Chris. Really appreciate that,
you, man.
Thanks for kicking the show off in such a sweet way. Tim27, Mick Chickens. Thank you, buddy. He says, hey, guys, in Jurassic World Rebirth, the main character is named Dr. Henry Loomis. That's right. The long-lost son of Dr. Loomis will be chasing dinosaurs. Dr. Loomis must feel like a proud pop. Can you give me your Loomis chasing a fucking dinosaur? That do moving hurts.
Come back here, you Velociraptor bitch. Goddamn. Shoot it. Shoot it with the gun, the tranquilizer. Oh, he's dead. You see what happens? He didn't listen to me. They attack from the sides, okay? Shoot him from a distance. Get in a helicopter and shoot it. I played the game, Jurassic World Evolution. You get in the goddamn helicopter, you use trank knots. You guys are idiots. I've been chasing Michael for years. You don't go right up to him and be like, oh, booga booga. What are you doing? It's an animal. It's a dinosaur. You idiot. You know what? I can see something. All of you are the worst goddamn employees I've ever had in my life. You guys are going to be in the unemployment line. I'm getting all new employees. All new.
I could just picture somebody being like, was that a dinosaur? It's like, as I do believe it was.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for Rebirth. No, I'm not really.
I'm not at all.
I'm kind of done with Jurassic Park.
Dude, until they go back and they say, hey, we're not fucking around this time with this new Jurassic Park shit. We're giving you the new Jurassic Park, and it's going to look better than the first Jurassic Park. We swear to God. Then you'll have my ass in the seats.
I just feel like it's too oversaturated. Like, let it breathe. Like, have a couple of years in between and then come out with a new one. Like, I don't know. It just feels like the Chris Pratt one just happened. God. You cringy.
No, it's supposed to be like the coolest thing ever. He just stands in front of his
I know, it was awful. I know. I remember that part. I was like, oh. so that's dumb, what we're doing. He's a psycho.
Yeah, he has the clicker from PetSmart.
Yeah, he's basically Paul Hogan from Crocodile Dundee, where he's like he can control the bull. Like, I was like, that's so stupid, dude. Oh my
We're such a stupid audience. We all line up for that shit. Like, feed us more drivel. Like that. They look like shit. The stories are dumb as hell. I did like Fallen Kingdom a little better, or the second one, whichever the second one
was good. Yeah, the second of the trilogy. I even liked a lot. The first one was all right with Chris Pratt. It just that there were some stupid moments in it, but we all line up to get fucked by Michael Bay every time because he knows what to say. I mean, look, pretty explosions, boom, bang, bing. What about the script? What script? What are you talking about? Plot, idiot. Don't need it.
Yeah, you literally you could put Godzilla -1 came out and it was like, hey, $15 million, best Godzilla effects you've seen in years. And then they come out with a $250 million Godzilla versus Kong, and it looks like a fucking video game turd. And everyone's like, I'm fine with it. We should ask for more in our special effects communities, I feel like, especially when it comes to Jurassic Park. That movie was made in 1990, whatever the fuck, and it looks 10,000 times better than anything you guys are putting on screen today. You should be ashamed of your goddamn selves.
Yeah, 93 was when Jurassic Park came out. And it holds up today. It looks amazing in 4K. Yeah.
2 movies that were made in the 90s that no movies today look better than that and T2. I don't think you can top them. Gary McConnell, thanks, buddy. He says, thanks for streaming earlier for us in Ireland. Pastor Roth!
Welcome, good sir.
You're welcome, pal. We like to mix it up and get everybody in there because we know everybody has schedules. And also, by the way, for any of you guys who are bummed that these aren't at night right now, we'll still from time to time do those for sure. And we'll party it up. And obviously, every single month we're gonna have the Patreon party where we get crazy. We're gonna be even crazier during that since we're being such mature adults during the days now.
Let's just be honest. Our liver is like actually starting to turn on us. We're like, yeah, we might have slow it down a little bit. I feel like there's like an alien egg in my stomach, and it's just my liver shriveling up.
As you've proven today, there's nothing great lighting can help.
Well, the lighting, yeah, I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great payoff. Get drunk and have a good time, or have great lighting. Whatever, I'll take the drunk and have a good time. But no,
my lighting's worse in the daytime, so I don't know. Fucking lose. But no, seriously, we're gonna leave these streams up as well for you guys who want to enjoy them at night during the times that you would usually watch us. Just so you guys know, Sir Cod Gamer says, "I don't know who to kiss first. I'm confused." We get in a three-way. You ever done this with two chicks? Like they both have their mouths here, and then you have your mouth here, and then you just try to. It's the dumbest thing ever, and it'll make you feel like an absolute idiot box.
I don't know how to. But if you're horny, but you don't know how to do it. You're just like, oh. You're trying to fish your. You know, I was like, how do I do this? And then you try to Stallone your lips so you're well.
Yeah, and then the dude's beard starts to. What? That's not what I meant to say.
And then people are looking at you like, God, look at that asshole. That's a degenerate right there. I'm like, I know.
I know. It makes you feel like a piece of crap. That's something about us you guys didn't know. We didn't do that together. Gary McDonald says, also can't wait for Final Destination Bloodlines. Do you think it'll live up to the hype? So let's start with the news. That's the first thing we're going to talk about today is this piece of morose mother effer right here. I can't find it, and that's why I'm stalling for time.
Dead air. It's a fun thing.
Wow. Hit me again, Ike. Okay. And put some steak on it. Here we go.
God, you stole my thunder, dude. I was going to say that.
Sorry. No, there's no such thing as the weaker sex. But there is such a thing as Final Destination Bloodlines. This poster came out, and it's just May 16th, and it says hashtag Bloodlines on the bottom. Now, I got pretty sketchy when this came out because the movie supposedly comes out, 4 months? No trailer, no nothing. This comes out of nowhere, but none of the bigger sites, Bloody Disgusting, none of them are reporting on it at all. But I did find out that the person who posted this, thanks to Alex V over here, was Patrick Green, the actual cinematographer of the movie. So it is legit. It's just for some reason not being picked up by news outlets. I don't know why. But you would think with them going this far, dude, that we're going to get a Final Destination teaser soon.
Yeah, I think some of the comments are under the Reddit posters. I saw it. Mike had sent me the link, and I saw it, but it was like 40 minutes from now. I was like, "No, you idiot! It'll be tomorrow." I think it probably will come out very soon. But I'm excited for it. As far as like the hype for it, I look, dude. Final Destination is like an old friend that you haven't seen in a while. And you're like, "Hey, man, you want to hang out and like drink some beer?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "God, you never grew up." I was like, "No, I still like fucking eat Cheetos, play video games all day long. I'm single. I'm living the life. How are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, it sucks, dude, but I'm glad to hang out with you." So Final Destination is going to be a good time. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Like, here's the thing: it's going to be a theatrical release, right?
It's think Sheba.
Okay, because just based on the poster where it says made, like it just, and then it has the hashtag Bloodlines and like a very generic. It kind of looks like it's something to be like streaming on Prime. I don't know. It just looks like it. Like it just like,
yeah, dude, on Movie Plus.
I don't know what it is. It just doesn't really pop, in my opinion. But as far as like excited for it, I think it's going to be awesome because it's been a while since Final Destination. It's been a few years.
Yeah, I am sketchy of the title. It's never a good thing for a horror movie when you name that shit Bloodlines. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. But so what you got? Hellraiser Bloodlines, ass.
No, it wasn't that good. But I'm.
What was the other Bloodlines? Wrong Turn.
Oh no! That was I think Wrong Turn was Bloodlines, and then there was Pumpkinhead 2, but that was Blood Wings. But it was just really bad. That movie sucked.
Yeah. I think anytime they've ever done Bloodlines on a movie, it was butt cheeks. But so that's not good. And you could have. Oh, Pet Sematary. Thank you, Blu-ray. Pet Sematary Bloodlines was ass cheeks. That was terrible. But so there's a lot of stuff going on around this movie, a lot of rumors and whatnot and stuff. One reason somebody says that the trailer is not going to be seen for a while, and you don't know what's true and what's not, is they said that the big death sequence event happens in a fire. That there's a fire involved with the big death sequence, and with what's going on in California right now, they're not going to show it. It's the reason I believe as well, thanks to somebody else pointing that out, that the monkey trailer never came out last week from Neon, because I seen parts of the trailer and it does feature a woman with her head on fire and a woman pushing a stroller with the baby, it looks like, on fire. So I think that they probably pushed that back because of what's going on. And that makes so much sense as to why we haven't gotten a trailer yet. But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if that's not the case, we could get a trailer any moment today. Because this is yesterday, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they're pushing back the release for the trailer because of that. Obviously, what's going on in California is a tragedy, and if you're being affected by it, prayers for you. But I mean, at the end of the day, pushing back a trailer because it features fucking fire is kind of going too far. Like, come on, guys.
It's like,
oh yeah, be careful over there. If somebody sees you like light a cigarette and they see the flame, they might go into a rage. Like, come on. It happens, dude. It shouldn't be delaying a trailer or anything like that. I mean, it's fantasy, but either way, I'm excited for it. And I mean, with it being called Bloodlines, I wonder if they're going to be tying it to old Devin Sawa.
Yeah, I mean, that would be. I mean, he's acting, right? I mean, he's acting in Hard Eyes coming up. A lot of people think that the trailer for this is going to be in front of Hard Eyes, which comes out next month, I think, either this month or next month, sometime soon. So a lot of people think the trailer will be attached to that, and he's in that, so that would make sense. I don't know. I think it could tie back into Devin Sawa. He seems like super into horror roles right now, so I could picture that. But can you guys hear my dog snoring? Is that audible? Because it's really fucking loud.
I can hear it.
Listen. You hear that?
I just heard that. Yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ, man! Are we that boring? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sounded like Mike on Monday or Sunday night after the Packers lost.
Mike Part said there's also Castlevania Bloodlines for Genesis. Was that good though? Was that good?
Was that the anime? Or I don't know. I don't know what it was. Castlevania. I don't know. I know what Castlevania is, but I never watched that. Yeah. But I'm excited for it. Good. Hopefully, we get a trailer soon, very soon.
Yeah.
Who's doing it? Is it Universal? I don't remember who owns the rights to it.
I believe New Line, right? I think
it's very important to know these things because otherwise we can't react to it with you guys. If it's Mike, send me a link to a particular movie that's coming out and it's Universal, and they will absolutely bitch slap us into. I mean, if you watch a trailer from Universal, it's like Suge Knight holding you over a balcony, saying, "Where's my money?" Like, they will take your shit down.
So, and now our feed went down. Are we back? Are we good?
I'm here. Was it mine or yours?
I thought it was you froze, but then we all went down. I think Universal heard us.
Oh, you see what happened? You see what happens? They're like the Terminator, dude. They will never stop. But it's like
they're outside. Suge Knight's outside on our power lines.
They're like Suge Knight shaking you over a balcony, like saying, "Where's my money, bitch?" And you're like, "I ain't got it." It's like, no, you reacted to my trailer. Give them my money. Yeah, it's so dumb how they do. It's Universal.
It's the Wolf Pack. It's happening in real time.
Corey would do it all along. But no, it's so weird, dude. They're pretty bad about it. Nintendo is really awful about it. Doing anything related to Nintendo, they will like suplex kick your fucking face in if they find out. But
yeah,
anyway,
and obviously, by the way, thoughts and prayers to everybody dealing with that right now. That's an awful situation. That's an awful fucking situation. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But speaking of awful situations, a new trailer came out today. And speaking of Universal as well, for a movie from Blumhouse Universal, the latest PG-13 horror. I know you're excited about this, everyone. The latest PG-13 horror extravaganza, The Woman in the Yard.
Yeah, dude.
Farts.
Dude, it was funny. What's her catchphrase at the end? She says, it's something like it's about to begin or it's your time. I don't know. She says something. She whispers something.
So I could play it in tiny increments, and I actually saved it right at that part.
Yeah.
Today's the day.
Yeah. Dude, when I looked at her, when she was saying that, I was thinking of Triple H. It's like, time to play the game. That's what she should have done, yelling out. It's like, the woman in the yard, Margaret's out there drunk again, just standing looking at her house. But I watched it, dude. I'm like, yeah, it looks like what's that Llorona. It kind of looks like a Llorona ripoff.
My Llorona.
Yeah, I was like, I don't give one dog turd for this movie at all.
No.
I was like, yeah, it looks like shit. I don't know. I'll probably check it out when it's available on streaming. If it's free, I don't want to watch it. There's literally no desire in me to watch this movie. And it's not because I'm scared. It literally looks like boring as shit to me.
Yeah, it looks terrible, dude. And by the way, it's a good thing we can't show the whole trailer because you basically just saw the only part of the trailer where something happens. It's this little girl reading from a poem. I mean, I swear to God, if it was any good, they would probably find a way to smush it into the Conjuring universe because it's a straight up thing. Again, it is PG-13, and it is from the director of what did that dude direct? He directed something pretty good. But it's dude, PG-13, Blumhouse, Universal, this woman just sitting out there, a child reading a poem. When she comes at the night, then she comes in the dawn, and she smells like a fish, and sometimes she farts. Like, I don't know, whatever the thing is. Yeah.
Whatever the hands when you're done wiping after Taco Bell. It just won't stop. It's like I'm wiping a marker. I don't get it. It just won't stop. There's so much poop and blood. It's just I mean, look, I'm glad that another horror movie's coming out. Like, I'm not lying. Like, it's cool to see horror movies still churning out, but sometimes it's less is more, Chip. Less is more. Sometimes you should make things. Yeah,
sometimes it should just be a YouTube short, but that's all that happens. This woman just
comes. Whistler's mother out there.
She just comes and she sits on their lawn and does nothing, and then one day she goes today's the day, and then all of a sudden, chase. That's it.
I'm good. She reminded me of Mom. Back in the day, if I ever missed school, she'd come in there, just stand in the doorway, and she's like, "Today's the day." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "I'm gonna whoop your ass." And then I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go." I have no desire to see it whatsoever. And again, I'm not trying to it's just a trailer, so it could be a good movie. But I highly doubt it. It looks like a very generic, what Blumhouse is starting to get known for, generic pumped out horror movie that no one's gonna care about or remember in 2 months.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And this, the poster's cool, sounds cool. It's only in theaters, which is surprising because I thought it was going to be like a straight to Hulu type deal. But the director did direct Orphan. Jamie Colette Sarah directed Orphan, directed Unknown with Liam Neeson. I haven't seen that. Directed House of Wax. That was a pretty good movie. But yeah, dude, PG-13, Blumhouse.
That ain't it, dog. That ain't it, dog.
Same old dingy dance. Let's hope this next thing's different. By the way, this just came out today. It's funny. I'm wondering how interested in this people are, but I haven't seen anybody mention it yet in the chat or whatever. And by the way, if you are super chat, if you had super chat, we will get to every single one. I promise you. We're just rolling through right now. But this Until Dawn video game, did you ever play it?
I think I started to, and then I didn't finish it. But it sounds extremely familiar.
Like, how do we feel about Until Dawn, chat? Like, did you guys enjoy this? Because they just released, it's a trailer / I don't know why they do this, why they wouldn't just release the trailer, but they released this little featurette video about making the movie. There's some shit that's exciting about it, dude, because it's directed by Pony Smasher, which is exciting.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
I don't love the writer, Gary Dauberman, because he wrote like a bunch of the Conjuring type crap. He wrote Salem's Lot that we just watched miserably.
Kryptonite dicks.
Terrifyingly awful poopy in the rice. Let me see if I can find it. Stupid woman in the yard video has got to get off here. Okay. Share this with you. We'll watch it together because it's not universal. But David F. Sandberg, Pony Smasher, directed Lights Out, directed what were those? Shazam. Talks expanding upon universe of Until Dawn. So they're making this video game movie into Until Dawn. Sony comes out on April. Let's just watch the video and see what we know.
As a huge fan of the Until Dawn game and how cinematic it was, I thought a lot about how we can continue the story with
this looks like fucking shit.
I'm already over it.
The audience the same experience that they got when they were playing
the movie. So basically what he's saying there is they're making a movie about a game, but they don't want it to be anything like the game.
Dude, I got something on that. something similar, but I'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
5, but it expands upon the universe.
I'm very proud to be part of this evolution onto a screen.
Now, apparently, I think Peter Stormare is in the game. Like, he's actually in the game as a character, which is pretty dope.
Every time I see him, dude, he's one of the best. He was one of the best devils ever on screen in Constantine. And then I also remember just Armageddon's like, no, I've never seen Star Wars as the drunk astronaut. No, I've never seen Star Wars.
He was fucking amazing in Bruiser, a George Romero film. Like, dude, if you guys have ever seen that, you know what I'm talking about. His character was awesome. He literally takes his balls out of his pantsuits and like slaps them on the table. He's like, "You'll have no balls." It's amazing.
There you go.
One of the creative things the game did is that people make different choices and die in different ways.
Chloroform.
Like, don't get me wrong, dude. I love Pony Smasher, and I'm excited for this movie. But everything I'm seeing, it looks like Tarot 2 or like.
Well, I'm not familiar enough to. If maybe it's closer to the game than we think. I don't know. I mean, maybe chat knows more. If it looks closer to the game, I have no idea. Maybe it'll be awesome.
Yeah. So far, this looks super kiddie.
The movie has this mechanic where things start over and they get to try again.
What just happened?
Every time they come back to life, it's like they're in a new horror genre. To survive, they have.
Okay, that would be pretty dope. Every time you come back to life,
it just depends on how they execute it. But yeah, I think it sounds good. We will see if it translates to actual film, though.
Yeah, most of the chat saying it looks like shit compared to the game.
To make it
I agree. Yeah, it looks like shit, 100%.
That was the trailer, dude. Yeah, nothing about that sold me at all.
Well, it was, to be fair, it's a featurette. It wasn't full trailer. I mean, you don't really know. I mean, but I don't know. Yeah. Chat would know more if they, there's like some Uber fans of Until Dawn the game, if it's even closely similar to the game. I don't know. But what I was saying when I was talking about what I had some comments on that. And this is it kind of relates to it, but we were going to talk about it. I'll talk about it briefly. I watched the George Romero documentary that just came out a few days ago. I rented it on Amazon. I think it was like $5 something. Little pricey, bitch. It's inflation time. But I love George Romero, so I wanted to watch it. It was George Romero's Resident Evil, and basically it goes through all what happened and the the backdoor politicking and kind of how he got fucked out of the project. And it was actually, there's a lot of some touching moments of that too, about how impactful he was with people. Dude, that George Romero seemed like one of the coolest, down to earth, chill guys of all time. Like, and then someone had said in the documentary that George didn't have time for bullshit. He was always a straight up dude, and he didn't want to play that the backdoor politicking that goes on with studio. Like, hey, put this in, do this. Basically, didn't want to sell his soul to make a movie. He wanted to stay like true to who he was. But anyway, so they were talking about him directing Resident Evil, because if you guys remember back in the day when Resident Evil 2 was being released, he directed a commercial for the game, a live action commercial with Brad Renfro playing Leon Kennedy. And it was George, it was great. It was awesome. It did very well. People loved it. And basically it was without question that he was going to be the director of an adaptation of the game. And a lot of the Japanese studios had even come out, or Capcom had even come out and said that basically the game was based around his Night of the Living Dead series. So it was very directly inspired by Romero. Anyhow, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing because you guys really should check it out. It was done very, very well. What happened is basically he gets bullfucked. It doesn't even find out that he's not even on the project because, well, what happened is he thought he was doing it. They were scouting locations. I'm pretty sure they were doing principal photography. He had a script, and most of you probably read the script by now. That's online, and it was a first draft, so it wasn't great, but it was a first draft. So he was working on it, and it was he didn't find out until one of the Capcom executives, and I think it's Capcom, I'm not 100% sure, but one of the executives had given an interview to Game Informer or something like that, and they asked him about the Romero involvement, and he was like, "No, he's fired," and that's how Romero found out. He was like, "No, damn." And he was like, basically, he was like, he doesn't get the game. And I was like, it's literally based around his work, and you're telling people that the king of zombies doesn't understand zombies. Holy fucking shit. But anyway, so the guy they wound up hiring, as we all know, was Paul Anderson, who was claimed for Event Horizon. So they figured like a guy like that, which by the way, Event Horizon is so good. It's such an amazing movie. But they thought, okay, he also had directed Mortal Kombat in 1995. So they're like, oh, he's familiar with video game adaptations. And he says he's a huge fan of Resident Evil, so he'll be great. Here's what people don't know. He didn't write the script for Mortal Kombat. He directed Mortal Kombat. He didn't write the fucking script. And what he said in an interview leading up to him filming Resident Evil was he's like, oh, I love the games. The games are so great. I love everything about the games. I've played them multiple times. But he's like, I got to change it though, right? Because if people know what to expect, it's not scary anymore. So that's why it's so fucking weird. And I was like, oh, you loved it so much and respected the material, you changed everything about it, where it's unrecognizable as Resident Evil. And then you put your Mila Jovovich in there as a Supergirl that does all the amazing things, and you only put like Easter eggs in it. That's what it makes no sense. It's like, so you like, again, that's what I was talking about. Like Mike mentioned about, oh, I love the game, but I'm going to change everything about it. Like that doesn't make any sense. The Resident Evil game is so amazingly well done. The story, it doesn't need to be changed. So Romero's script was changed. There was some additions to it and things he took out of it. And it was also going to be extremely gory. One of the guys that runs the museum foundation that has a bunch of Romero's work in Pittsburgh was talking about it. And he's like, in his script, it was very gory, very angry. He's like, it was funny. He's like, it was very angry. And he goes, I don't know if that was the headspace that George was in at the time. And he was pissed off about, them ripping him off. And he was just making it. They were like, there was no way this wasn't going to get an NC rating. Like it was going to be his goriest film of all time. And I was like, God, I remember that would have been amazing. But yeah, I don't know.
So here it is. Actually, right here, like, by the way, we did. So you see right here, the second video. I don't know what that third one is, but but no, we covered this. We read this script and covered it, and I will say that it was absolute batshittery. It was crazy.
Well, it was. You got to take a fact that it was a first draft, and it wasn't. And by the way, I didn't know this, dude, but Alan McElroy was tapped before Romero to write the script. He did a few drafts.
Oh, dude, I would love to read that.
Well, he did a few. They said he did a few drafts, and they were like, they were coming off the success of Halloween 4, so they tapped Alan McElroy, and he wrote a few scripts. But they said the reason why they didn't like it, or the studio wasn't really that keen on it, was that it took, like, it was 100 and something pages, and it took forever to get to the action. So it was way too much backstory, and they didn't get to the action quick enough. But anyhow, Romero had way narrowed down how many pages it was, and it gets right into it. Like pretty much right into it. I mean, there are some big changes in it, not big changes, but like Chris Redfield's a Native American. He's not a part of Stars. And he's in a relationship with Jill. I don't know why he did that for, but he did it. Barry, I think, is a black dude now, but it is what it be. But either way, it was very violent, very action oriented. And I think they had said it was pretty much very inspired by Aliens. So it was going to be like that. And then they fired him. And then they hire Paul Anderson, who basically says, I respect women so much I stay away from them. That's what he said. Basically, he's like, I love the game so fucking much. I'm changing it because I don't want fans to be disappointed to know what's around the corner. That's what fans wanted to see. They wanted to see a live action retelling of the Resident Evil story. And then it makes a lot of sense when you find out he probably would have done the same shit if he had been writing the script for Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat's out there and weird. But yet, at least it was, but it was at least familiar enough with people that knew the game when it came out. You're like, oh yeah, I recognize it.
Yeah, well, and again, I wasn't the biggest fan of Romero's script when I read it, but anything would have been better than what we got. I know the first Resident Evil's not that bad. I cannot stand where they took that entire film franchise. Awful. You have such a simple, scary haunted house thing going that devolves in a natural way into this wild, crazy story with Umbrella and everything, and Nemesis and all that, and they just absolutely trashed it and turned it into whatever dumb shit that was. I got to change my camera battery, but all I remember about the Romero script, dude, is like one of the dudes like calling to a falcon, and he had a falcon that like followed him around, and he could put his arm up, and the falcon would land on his arm, and I was like, that's some silly shit. But then again, in the days of the '90s actions, it could have worked, you know.
I think they would have probably cut out. It was obviously a very rough script. I mean, there was a lot of things that were extra fat that they would have trimmed off. I wish I could do that in real life, trim off some extra fat, but I can't. But either way, what it is that I just feel like he got shafted so hard. And the fact is, I think he knew on the writing was on the wall, because in the documentary, some of his close friends were talking about, even when he was filming the the Resident Evil live action trailer in 1998, which is right there on the screen if you see. It was great. He knew the writing was on the wall though, because there was a lot of corporate involvement. And they said one thing about Romero is that he didn't like studio fucking with his shit and involving themselves in it. And when you're dealing with a huge game company, a huge property like Resident Evil, and then I can't remember who they sold the film rights to, but they were all involved in it. And he knew that they were going to be like sticks up his ass the entire way. So he was kind of like not feeling it already, but he wanted to push ahead because he did like the story. The thing is though, is also the executive. Well, I'm sorry, I'm giving way too much away from the documentary. You guys got to watch it, dude. There's so much more that's involved with the documentary, and it's such an awesome tribute to George Romero and what could have been with Resident Evil. I hope to God one day, dude, I know it'll probably never happen, but I hope to God one day somebody picks up his script, somebody that knew his writing style, finish it or like trims it, does something with it, and we see that movie. Because I really think that Resident Evil fans deserve a fucking awesome, true to God adaptation of that game.
Hey man, those Snyder Cut guys are sitting around their houses right now. Nothing.
Yeah, but they didn't film anything, so there's nothing for them to cut. They would literally have to shoot the movie.
Yeah, and that would be disrespectful. They probably, well, I don't know if it's disrespectful. They probably
I don't think it'd be disrespectful. I think it would just honor his legacy and he would, finishing what he started. Like I don't know, man. Like I really feel like it was.
I'm kidding about the Snyder Cut thing. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, it's a travesty. It really is, because of what could have been. And again, the museum director saying it was his goriest film to date. Like on the page, it was like so fucking gory. And like there was a lot of stuff in there. Like there's no way they're going to be able like getting a not an NC-17 rating, which would have been great.
Yeah.
Fans
what do you give it out of 10?
Ape shit. Huh?
What do you give the doc out of 10?
Oh, I give it like a 10.
Doc?
I loved it. It was an awesome documentary. It was well cut. All the interviews were well informed, and they were interesting people. It wasn't boring at all, and even the narrator was cool. I loved it. I thought it was great. It's totally worth the $5.
I might check it out then. Dude, did you know that? I know that you probably won't want to watch it. I had no idea they did a Chucky documentary that's exactly like the same people who did like Crystal Lake Memories and like Never Sleep Again. They did like a 3 or whatever, however long on the Chucky franchise, which would be pretty neat, I think, to actually watch. Like, because until you get into the later
I'd rather give myself a Barbie box than fucking watch that goddamn shit.
Oh, hey, guess what though? It worked. Did you hear the music?
Yeah, that was cool, dude.
That was awesome.
She looked like Ada Wong. We were just talking about Resident Evil, and it looked like a Resident Evil thing.
That felt good. That felt really good. We got breaking news, though. Sort of broke. This happened a while ago, but there's a new mob movie coming out called The Alto Nights. The trailer is out now. It's from Warner Brothers. So let's give it a watch together. Let's turn on the lights and feel around. Why did I make myself big and you small?
I don't know.
Let's just do it like this. Makes me feel like I'm more important. Like I'm Colin Cowherd on the Big Dance.
Yeah, I feel like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Sir, I want to go home.
But yeah, we'll put up something like that every time there's some new news because that's fun.
I bet that scared the shit out of people that aren't watching this live, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
I realized I was dancing though when I came on, and I realized that like you guys couldn't see me. I was like alone, just dancing. Like, dude,
I was like nodding my head, like I was like. And I was like, I think they can see me. I don't know. Maybe you couldn't.
But yeah, so the Alto Nights, this movie is, let me go. Let's see what this shit's about. Got to find a quicker way to share screens.
It's fine. Dead air is fun sometimes.
Yeah. Alto Nights. It's a movie by Barry Levinson, who everybody knows that name, but he directed a bunch of crap. I mean, Rain Man, obviously my favorite.
Rain Man's great.
That's a great movie. It really is.
Did you fucking fart? Fart, yeah, bad. That was unscripted, by the way. That scene in the phone booth when he farts, it was unscripted.
I had no idea that he directed The Bay, the found footage horror movie. He hasn't directed anything I've watched in a long time, actually. Good God, dude! Like, he directed Toys. That was great. Mm-hmm. Good Morning Vietnam. So I thought he'd done a lot more than he actually has done, but he has done quite a bit. Sleepers. That's a depressing ass movie.
That's a great movie.
But sad as shit though. But yeah, written by Nicholas Pileggi, who's written a bunch of mob stuff, including Goodfellas and Casino, and basically all the main ones. But there's a new mob movie written by him, starring Jay's favorite actor of all time, but really Jay's more interested in his personal life than he is his acting abilities, and that's Robert De Niro, Jay's personal life hero outside of acting.
What a champion of justice, truth, and the American way. I mean, I really respect that man getting up there at 80 years old and screaming at people in the courtroom steps. I think it's amazing and brave. Just shut your fucking mouth and read the script, huh?
Jay's favorite actor of all time.
I listen. You know what? As he's a great actor. I can disagree with somebody's politics or their personal like activities. As far as an actor, though, he's awesome. But I mean, if they were like, who's your favorite now, Pacino or De Niro? Pacino goes up just a little bit.
That's fair. All right, suck and fucking touch, and let's watch this. I fucking hate that they're doing the thing where they play the song and they slow it down. Like, we've had enough of that, and definitely don't need it in a goddamn mob movie.
Troubles.
Wiener so hard.
So it's taking place in Louisiana. It looks all right. I mean, it looks pretty fun. I don't know. I don't know what mob story it's inspired by, but yeah, I mean, Robert De Niro mafia movie. It goes together. Peanut butter and jelly time. I mean, fine. It'll probably be a hit, especially with the director and the writer and all the credentials that they've got behind them. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, I don't know why, dude. I thought Joe Pesci was supposed to be in that movie, which would have taken it over the fucking top. But I'll be honest, it kind of feels just like The Irishman did. Like it's got that old school Goodfellas goodness to it, but also just a little too smooth, maybe. Like The Irishman's great. Don't get me wrong.
They did look like the de-aging thing wasn't that great. Because I was like, I thought he was supposed to be de-aged. He still looks like he's fucking 80. Like, what are you doing? But it is. I did notice that it looked like at one point they had de-aged him a little bit when he was walking through the lobby doors. I don't know how I feel about it, because I don't know if the technology's really gotten there yet to make it like believable, like how they do that. But either way, it looks like
it's kind of like a mafia video game in its own way.
Yeah. I think it's good. I'm pretty sure it'll be a good movie. It looks like it's interesting. I mean, I'm a sucker for mob movies, so I'll watch it no matter what. I'm sure it'll be good. It looks fine. It looks. I mean, there's nothing about that movie that blew me away. I mean, at all. But it's not like, or as far as the trailer goes, but it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hate it, and again, the music just sucked me right out. Like, what that has nothing to do with that time. It has nothing to do with the mood. I don't like that at all. But I did love the bang, bang, bang. Like that was a pure like De Niro mob movie situation. I don't know. I think I expected that to look better, but it doesn't look horrible or anything.
No, it looks alright. It looks just fine.
Fugazi.
What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? We're gonna release it anyway. Shut your fucking mouth. Enjoy it, huh? Enjoy it. Or I'll put a fucking bullet in your head at the barbershop, huh? Huh? That's like we just got canceled off YouTube. Deal with.
Yeah, it's fine. We already did a little bit earlier. KB, Mike and Jay, did you guys check out the Peter Pan horror film yet? I'm debating going to see it tonight. Mike and Jay, did you check out the Peter Pan horror film yet? He's like, hey, they call me Jimmy Two Times.
Jimmy Two Times. Get the paper. Get the paper.
No, I'm never going to see that movie. I don't care. No offense to you.
I watched the trailer for it. It looks all right. I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't look like something I would go to the movie theater and watch. I thought it was going to be streaming. That's what I thought. It was a direct streaming thing.
Nah, it should be streaming, but they don't do that with these films, Jay. What they do with these films is they fucking put it in, they've spent $9 on it and a baked potato, and then they put it in theaters for 3 nights at a Fathom event where the ticket prices are even more than the ticket prices usually are, because it's a special event, because we don't actually make movies. And there is the reviews have come out for it, and they're actually not that bad, though. It's like mixed.
Yeah, I didn't think it looked bad. It didn't look like it was awful. I mean, the idea that Peter Pan is some psycho that is like a circus freak, circus folk, as little hands, smells like cabbage.
I don't know, dude. I can't. I'm just never going to watch anything that's part of something called the Pooniverse unless it's porn.
I kind of like it. Let go of your hatred. It will consume you. No, I'll give it a chance. When it's available stream, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I won't. But no, I mean, honestly, though, they say it's actually from the reviews, it looks like they're saying it's actually way more serious than people would have liked. People wanted another dumb Winnie the Pooh movie. So I don't know, man. I don't get it.
Well, maybe if we get enough votes on Patreon when it comes out, we'll watch it first time.
Maybe you should shut your fucking.
Let the people decide.
Push your butt cheeks back together. I've never said this before, but push them back together. I don't want them. But yeah, no, it's not doing that bad. Hey, maybe they're getting their feet underneath them, and they'll never get the money out of my wallet, but maybe they'll get the feet underneath them. Adrian says, so does this mean no more evening live streams? No, Adrian. Like I said earlier, we're still going to have the Patreon stream every month, and then every once in a while, when we're feeling frisky, we'll do an evening stream as well. And we'll get down on it.
Yeah, just trying to mix it up a little bit. See if this is more palatable, because there's all other people that unfortunately can't watch us in the evening times. I mean, and we've tried multiple different time slots to make it as viable for everybody to watch, but noon just seemed like a good rounded number. Just seemed like a good at noon.
Yeah. And we're right in the thick of when everything happens. When the news and stuff comes out. So
Plus you're going to get the same amount, because if we were doing 2 live streams for 3 hours, 8 to 11, I mean, we're doing 3 days a week, 2 hours at a time, so you still get the 6 hours.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, sometimes we don't even do 2 live streams a week. So, and then if we do an extra live stream, there you go. Math in my butt. Strolling Nolan says, "Good morning, fellas. Super pumped about the different times of the live streams. What is one horror movie you think deserves a remake or sequel?" Thank you, Stroll.
Hey, thank you, man. Glad to be here. Glad to suck in the morning, just like we suck in the evening. It's a good feeling. I know, because I'm a very simple creature, and we were just talking about it. I think that Resident Evil deserves a remake. I 100% think that Resident Evil deserves an actual, honest to God remake with competent directors and writers that actually enjoy the fucking game and want to bring to life the video game as fans love it, and not some bullshit like, I love it so much, I go change it, so fuck you. Like, I don't want that attitude anymore. That's what I think it. Honest to God, dude, like, give me a remake of Resident Evil, make it as close to the video game storylines as you can, and I'm happy as shit.
And at this point, they've done so much different shit with Resident Evil other than make just a really good haunted house Resident Evil movie. I feel like at this point, whatever they release in it, people are just going to kind of glance at it and move on about their day. But I agree with you. I would want that too. I'm going to go with, I always feel like the things that should be remade are things that were cool ideas that just the production sucked on. Not classic, amazing movies that we just want to see someone do a lesser than version of again. But with that in mind, I'm going with just off the top of my head, one of those movies, The Langoliers. I thought The Langoliers is a great fucking story. Cool fucking idea. Some of the worst graphics I've ever seen in my fucking life, Yeah.
And it had fucking Balky from Perfect Strangers yelling like a maniac, but that was cool. He was actually pretty good in that. I could see it. Langoliers would be an interesting one. It's a weird fucking trippy ass story to begin with. So, and the book, I mean, all Stephen King books are extremely long in the tooth, so you would really have to figure out a way to narrow that down and make it somewhat not just entertaining, but where people are going to understand what the fuck is going on without a lot of backstory in it. So that would be a cool one. Yeah. I know a lot of people would say, I'm just saying a sequel. I think we'll never see it, but a Friday the 13th sequel to 2009 Friday the 13th sequel to that, we'll never see that, but that'd be awesome.
Nope. They fuck you in the drive-thru, and that's what they do. And speaking of getting fucked, you know who got fucked? We got fucked. We got fucked with the Flash movie that came out, and Andy Muschietti, God love his heart. God love his heart, but
that guy is literally hooked up to a copium machine. Like, it is fucking, he is breathing oxygen of copium.
They're making me turn off my ad blocker here real quick. So give me just a second, because it won't let me go to the site. God, this is so annoying. Just so annoying. I hate it.
What is it from Variety?
Yeah.
Is it the Variety? Yeah, they'll do that.
Okay. I just did. Oh, you motherfucker, you motherfucker,
just give me the story.
I swear to God. I'll get it somewhere else.
I just want to read the fucking paper, and I gotta pay bullshit.
This is such horseshit, dude. Okay, I'll go somewhere else. That's what you don't get my click. That's right. Suck it.
Mike's an angry elf. He won't give away that money. It only costs. Do you guys ever get annoyed when you go to Wikipedia just to look up some random bullshit fact? Like, I don't know, like, do ants have wieners? I don't know. You just look up weird things like that, and then it says, "Hey guys," or it says, "Hey, before you read on, quick, can we get $2?" to donate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, fuck you.
Those don't make me mad. I'm like, I can't do it today. Sorry.
I was like, I'm not. I was like, no, but it feels like you're being accosted, like you're walking out of the grocery store and someone's like, hey, you like seeing starving kids? It's like, no. It's like, then donate right now. I was like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to be accosted online when I'm just looking up a random fact on the internet.
That's true. Wikipedia's bad about that. Like, please don't scroll up. We're dying here. We're fucking dying.
I was like, I guess you guys are going to be okay. I promise you guys are going to be all right.
Some news that came out over the weekend, though, that is just, we had to talk about it because it's just so goddamn clueless. Look, we'll talk about how I feel about Andy Muschietti, if that's even how you say his name after this. Welcome to Dairy's getting ready to come out. I hope it's amazing. I hope they fix the CGI stuff that was wrong with It Chapter 2. But they asked the director of The Flash and the upcoming director of The Brave and the Bold in James Gunn's universe why The Flash didn't work. Of a myriad of fucking reasons why you could say The Flash didn't work, he says, I think it failed in the sense that it didn't appeal to all four quadrants of the audience. When a $200 million movie is made, the studio expects to bring everyone, even your grandmother, to the theater, which that totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. But he goes on to say, and in private conversations later on, I learned a few things, like how a lot of people weren't interested in The Flash as a character.
Oh my God.
Half of those four quadrants, the two female quadrants, many women didn't care about The Flash as a character. These are things that worked against the movie, and I gradually found out about them. But I'm very happy with the movie, and I highly recommend it.
I respect everything that you said there, Andy, but you're completely fucked in the head if you think that's what it was. Holy shit. Maybe it's because you cast Ezra, I'm going to steal your girl wine, cum guzzler Miller for your fucking lead. And then on top of that, you had shit CGI.
Did I catch a diner in there?
That looked like, that everybody fucking hated. I don't know. Maybe it was also a weak diaper sodden fucking script that nobody liked. You're saying that nobody likes the Flash. CW would like to have a word with Grant Gustin and the fucking Flash. Okay,
9 seasons, man.
Yeah, and they love that shit over there. But also, that's like say that dude, the Flash is one of the coolest fucking characters in DC. I know a lot of people love the Flash, dude. That's like saying when you go to church, it's like, yeah, I like the Bible, but I don't like Jesus. This is what it is. I don't really need it. It's weird that you would think that the copium is off the chart, dude. No, your movie sucked because it was a bad script. You had a terrible lead actor that nobody liked, especially with all that controversies that he was surrounded in. Now, I understand you were in between a rock and a hard place. You can't just fire him. I mean, you'd already had $200 million in the movie. You can't just shelf that shit and be like, well. I mean, the studio's not going to like that at all. So you had to do something. But I don't know, man. Yeah. And also, not only that, dude, the CG was so trash. I enjoyed the movie somewhat just for like, I don't know, because I like the character. I like the Flash as a character. I like the idea of the time travel aspects of it. And I did enjoy parts of it. And the main draw for me was Michael Keaton, which I think a lot of people were going to see for that reason, to see him suit up one more time. But at the end of the day, like, stop the cap. I hate that fucking thing, but stop the cap, because you're lying your ass off by saying that it's because it didn't appeal to overall fans because they just don't like the Flash. And you're hiring this guy to do the Brave and the Bold, and he's talking shit on one of the most popular DC characters to ever like exist on page.
Yeah, I don't think obviously that he was trying to talk bad about the character. He's just saying that there's two quadrants of women that don't. But obviously, it's a clueless thing to say that because, dude, like the reason it didn't work is because you had a absolutely atrocious and unlikable human being as the lead, who's in the news for running away with people's kids and shit like that. And you're trying to do a $200 million movie based on that's just stupid.
Motherfuckers out there in the desert trying to start a cult, and he's going to be in a movie.
Doing dumb shit, man. It's crazy. We got video of him fighting with cops and shit. He's throwing chairs at women in karaoke bars. All right, come on, man. They fired people for less every fucking day than they did with that. That was the number one thing. Number two, that movie looked like shit. Just like It Chapter 2 looked like shit. Just like some of the special effects I felt like in the Superman trailer looked like shit, which scares me a lot. But the movie absolutely looks like ass. I mean, the special effects are embarrassingly terrible in that fucking movie, which is something I don't feel like enough people talk about. In movies as a whole, like studios need to realize that people are sick of this half-ass fucking look when it comes to our computers and stuff. And no, JT, it was not fake. There's a bunch of Snyder cultists who went the wrong way. Hassan Al-Gib. They went the wrong dark direction.
What are you talking about? That's it, dude. That sounded like a fucking. That sounded like a line that you don't want to hear in the dark. Hassan
from Dune, he's like Hassan Al-Gib. I don't know why I said that.
I don't know.
But no, the Ezra stuff is real. There's just some people who like think that because people were in Zack Snyder's movie, they also have to just like support them no matter what, which is just dumb. But people try to say that those stories were fake. They're very, very real. They have.
Well, here's the thing: Ezra Miller is an unhinged individual that obviously needs psychiatric help and jail time. And a good slap on the ass by a prisoner named Bubba in the fucking shower. That's what he needs. He might enjoy it. We don't know. But at the end of the day, he definitely he never should have been he shouldn't have been involved in the project. And there were so many problems with that guy going and leading up to the filming of the movie. The writing was on the wall. Now, I'm not saying Andy Muschietti is a bad director. I don't think he's a bad director. I mean, and I understand that he's just trying to figure out like what went wrong, but it's pretty obvious. This is like what I consider copium. It's like you don't want to take responsibility for things that are obvious and in front of your face. It was a bad script. It was a badly rushed CGI job, and your lead actor was completely out of his fucking mind on top of that. So
terrible that shit was.
Yeah, and you know, and I know that in the article he goes on to state that they even cast that one chick as Supergirl, and they thought that would appeal to the female audience. Here's the thing: just make the fucking movie for the fans of the comic book. Don't worry about all the. I know you're talking about studio want the quadrants and all that. You know, I don't give a shit what you're saying because that just sounds like Bible.
Yeah, well, my wife wants an 8-inch penis. We don't always do what we want.
That's not in the cards. God didn't bless me with that, you whore. But anyway, here's what I'm saying. Like, just make the movie for the fans. And generally speaking, I'm not saying this is all, okay? But generally speaking, the fans or the majority of fans are dudes that read comic books that like the superhero shit. They'll drag their girlfriends to go see it. I'm not saying that girls don't enjoy the superhero films too, but at a much larger rate, I would imagine it's more of the male a part of the population that enjoy it. So just make it for the fans. Don't worry about checking all these boxes because that's the only way you're going to get. Anyway, the point is, I'm
going to say something. I'm going to take what you were saying a step further. I know you didn't want to say it. I'm going to say it. And I think that we might have to reason with ourselves and as a people look into ourselves in the mirror and say, is Andy Muschietti a fucking hack? Because I'm just saying, I know it's not going to be popular. People don't like to hear it. But, and I don't mean hack in a cruel way. I just mean that, like, I think maybe he got too big for his britches too quick. He did Mama in 2013, which I know that you love. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I thought, again, it looked like the monster and shit looked like shit, but it was an all right, decent little horror movie, I thought. It was okay. I loved it. But basically, you're remaking someone else's story in its entirety. But I did love what they did with it. 2017. But then you got It Chapter 2 when it gets a little bit more. And then that was just, dude, it looked like shit. The tone made no sense. It was terribly long and boring. It Chapter 2 I thought was awful. And then you got The Flash. So why, I don't know how we just, like, he came out of fucking nowhere, dude. And now it's like the biggest movies in the world. And now they're going to give him Batman after The Flash flopped. After It Chapter 2 wasn't that great.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, you know, I did also read that he's waiting for the Matt Reeves movie to come out because they don't want to confuse, you know, people with the Matt Reeves story and their Batman they're going to be doing. But yeah, what's it going to happen if it sucks? He's going to be like, maybe Batman's just not a popular character.
I feel a little sick of Batman. It's like, you know, people just don't like movies.
Bullshit.
That's the thing.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's a little overhyped. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he's just not cut out for the superhero genre. I mean, certain directors just don't translate that well to other properties. I mean, that's fair. You know, that just could be what it is. I don't know.
I don't think he's a bad director, dude, but I just don't think he knows what special effects are. I think he's lazy when it comes to special effects.
I will give him, and again, I know I'm bitching a lot, but I will give him the benefit. I mean, it was an impossible situation that he was in. An impossible situation because again, you have you're the star of your fucking movie. That's a $200 million plus movie is insane. You can't shelf it. You can't do anything with it except just hope for the best. But I will say you did have control over that CGI. You should have been on that. Whoever's in charge of the visual effects should have been fucking fired and hired like somebody that actually knows what they're doing or actually gives a shit with what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
no, you know what they did? They hired the same guy for fucking Superman instead.
Yeah.
Well, the cinematographer, I guess.
At the end of the day, I don't know. It's just an insane. It's just an insane take that people just don't like the Flash as a character, and that's why it didn't work. That's just that's so much fucking copium. I can't breathe.
That's fucking nutty. I think honestly, when like you're saying, Joey, I think when Welcome to Derry comes out, it's made for the small screen, not a buttload of money behind it. They're hoping to do 3 seasons. I want to see something in the realm of practical effects that shows that everything you should throw on screen doesn't look like what you thought the inside of a Gushers looked like when you were a kid. Like you bite into a Gusher and it just explodes at a bunch of tacky, weird, misshaped, dumb shit. I don't know why that's where my brain went. Gushers are delicious, but they will give you diabetes.
A lot of things give you diabetes. But yeah, I will say I hope for the best with the Brave and the Bold, but the attitude blaming the character and saying it's not a popular character is insane to me. Yeah. That gives me a little pause. I don't know if I were, but again, it's fucking Warner Brothers. Dude, Warner Brothers is literally Simple Jack telling the story in front of a projector. They fuck things up all the fucking time, dude. Like, so the fact that they hired
box office numbers make my head rain.
Yeah, the fact that they hired they fucking hired Andy Muschietti to do it after the failure of The Flash, it doesn't surprise me at all. And then the fact that they hate Zack Snyder so badly, but then you have a trailer that comes out with James Gunn that has reminiscence of Zack Snyderisms going throughout it. So
that's
I don't know, strange.
Really great points. Adrian, thanks, buddy. He says Nosferatu was epic, one of the best horror movies of this century. I do prefer the more creepy 1922 OG look of Orlok, though. Nick Holt wasn't bad either, to be honest. Yeah, dude, he's way creepier back then, I thought. Yeah. But I think he did have to do something new. You know what I mean? It's like a surprise finger in the butt when you've been with someone for a while.
Dude, there's a lot of people that are excited for Nicholas Hoult going and doing Lex Luthor. Like, he's that new movie that he was in. Not this. I know he was in Nosferatu, but he was also in that Juror Number whatever it is. They're apparently like he was amazing in that, and he was like such a great actor in that. I don't know. They're like, well, I think he's going to be able to bring something to that role. It's not that he's not a good actor. There's something about him that just doesn't pop for Lex Luthor to me. I don't know what it is.
I agree. Like, I think he's great in roles. Like in Nosferatu, he was basically he was a cuck. I won't call him a cuck, but he was just kind of an idiot, like who sort of just like really wanted to be as wealthy as Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, and in doing so, he kind of left his wife alone to go chase riches. But he's just kind of that and the character he was in The Menu. I think he plays those characters really well. But it seems like every day of the week you hear a news story like Nicholas Holt's trying to be the new Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's trying out for Batman. He's trying out for this, and I'm like, it's just, dude, I think you just got to know your net lane a little bit.
Nick, I want to dunk a basketball, but it's just not in the cause now, is it?
These things are true. Christopher Sampson, what's up, buddy? He says, "Good afternoon. I would like to see a trippy horror remake of The Never-Ending Story, or I would love to see Tim Curry's performance from Legend in remake. I think Ridley Scott couldn't make a better movie."
That's a good point, Chris. Yeah, 100%. Thank you, by the way, Chris. It's good to see you. I 100% agree with you with the with Legend is such a great movie. As far as like we talked about doing a top 5 or something like that at some point, best on-screen performances of actors that portrayed the devil, and Tim Curry's in Legend was so, dude, that's iconic as fuck. The half horse, the big giant goddamn horns, amazing looking
scary
effects. But you're right, Legend would be great as a remake because actually there was a movie that was the movie that Tom Cruise was being interviewed about, and he was asked, he's like, what's one movie that you regret or one movie that you were disappointed in being, and he mentioned Legend. Because he said, and I know that people love that movie, but he was like, there was so much more to that. There was so much more that they were going to tell. It was a huge, long movie. So they cut a fuck ton of it out. And that's why you didn't get the full vision of what Legend should have been and could have been. I mean, he was talking about like basically a Lord of the Rings type of scale, and they had to cut it out because the budget and whatnot. But yeah, dude, I agree, dude. And as far as a trippy horror remake of The Never-Ending Story, it kind of lends itself to that. The Nothing and all that shit would 100% like be that kind of horror element, so I could see that happening. But I think the Legend remake would be the best.
Yeah, I would watch that as well. Dude, I watched Legend once a long time ago. I just couldn't stop staring at Tom Cruise's weird fucking teeth throughout that whole movie. But you're right, dude. The devil in that, oh my god, he looked amazing. Dude, and I would love to see a scary Never-Ending Story, because that movie's creepy as hell anyway in its own right. Yeah. If you watch it on acid or in the right mood. I'd like to watch you on acid.
Let's try him.
Jake, is what?
What?
I really got to get faster doing it because I kind of kill the ambiance, but. We got breaking news.
By the way, she does in that clip, dude. It does look like they're in front of Heisenberg's house, and they're fucking doing meth.
it's like stock footage.
I know it's great though. I love it.
Yeah, dude. And I once again caught myself fucking dancing, even though you guys can't see me. But yeah, we got breaking news, guys. This just came out, and boom, Fede Alvarez is going. He has talked finally about the Alien Romulus sequel. That he has an idea for it now, and he says we can go into uncharted waters, like
engage. Make it so. Make it so.
This comes from Empire, so it's legit as fuck. And he says, "See, if a Romulus sequel does happen, though, it seems Alvarez plans to go in the opposite direction, taking aliens somewhere more unexpected." What? That's not what the headline said.
Well, it says wants to try something new. I mean, it's like
Alien Romulus sequel.
Yeah, he wants to go the opposite. It's like telling your wife for their anniversary, it's like, hey, baby, you should try this trap on. I don't know, try it out. What?
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
I have not partaken yet.
He says we're excited about where it can go. We've almost checked all the boxes of things that I want to see in Romulus and brought back a lot of the things I hadn't seen in a while. Wherever we go now, we can go in uncharted waters. But I think what he's saying is, yeah, like where the first and the last movie, one of the biggest criticisms of it was people were like, oh, it's too fan servicey. Oh, it's just basically retread of the first movie, which was great.
Yeah, that's what you want to have. Service your fans. Give them a nice little handy, and you'll have a good return on your box office numbers. It's weird how that works.
Yeah, but he's right. We've set the story up now. And now they can do some weird Fede Alvarez type shit with it.
I like that. I mean, the idea, like Fede Alvarez obviously understood the Alien franchise. I mean, he was a fan. You could tell, like, it was woven throughout the film. Like, he really got Ridley Scott's Alien, so it was definitely something that was a tribute to Ridley Scott, and he did well with it. But yeah, exactly. So I think in his sequel now, he's like, all right, I got that out. Like, I've reintroduced a lot of the older fans into my style of filmmaking, and also maybe brought in some new fans, and now I can go and really shock people, or like get or do some unexpected things with the series, not too far removed from the actual subject material, but do some really cool wowzer kind of things, and it'll be great. I think Fede Alvarez is up to the challenge. I totally trust that dude with the franchise. I think he proved that with Romulus, that it's in the right hands. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's exciting to me. That's exactly what I want to hear. I thought for a second that the article was trying to say we're not doing Romulus sequel. It's like, no, that's not what he's saying. Shut your mouth. Maybe they just mean we're exiting the ship. I don't know. Either way, it says he goes on and says the plan he hints would be I like to read words and puzzles. The plan he hints would be to follow the exploits of Kaylee Spiane's protagonist Rain, introduced in Romulus. Okay, I think it'll be so exciting to go with characters you know from this movie to a place in the Alien franchise we've never been before, and to discover things you've never seen before.
I like that.
Like a woman who cooks, cleans, and does stuff in the bed
and honors their husband. We don't have that. We don't have that in society.
I stole that from an Eminem song. That was not me saying that. You guys.
Well, no, I didn't steal it. I stole that from my own thoughts. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I like the idea. I like what he's saying, and I think that a sequel to Alien Romulus is obviously going to be a slam dunk for the studio, especially with Fede Alvarez heading it. And again, I think that he's a true fan of the series. I think he gets it. I think like what he did at the end of Romulus. Again, I know some of you folks may have not seen it, so I'm not going to spoil it. But with that creature feature that he had was awesome. It was so good. Cool. It was creepy, and it was practical effects. It was so good. It was so well done. And that was something new. We'd never seen that before. And he handled it much better than those shit bags that did Alien Resurrection, where they fucking created that whatever albino that albino powder fucking looking thing. Whatever that was. But yeah, it was awful. But anyway, yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens, and 100% it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I think that kicks ass, man. And dude, it's exactly, it's like what's the movie? Oh my God, the movie that makes fun of Walk the Line. It's like the Dewey Cox story. It's like he's like, we're smoking weed. He's like, this is the next logical step for you. This is the next logical step for the franchise. At some point, I know they're cool. I love them. I love face huggers. I love xenomorphs. I love their acidic blood. I love everything about it. But at some point, if you're going to keep the franchise fresh and moving forward, you're going to have to do new things. And I think he showed us with that fucking thing at the end of the last movie that he's capable of coming up with some haunting. Dude, when that thing smiled, I mean, I got a fear boner. I got a big old fear boner, and I loved it. That's what I like about his movies. That's why I loved Romulus so much. I know some people didn't love it because of all the fan service. I'm not a fan service guy, but the movie several times had me going, oh my God, like in shock, shocked at how crazy things were getting. And that's what a Fede Alvarez movie can do for you. And I think this is going to be, I think it sounds to me like he's going to take the characters from the first movie, but most of this sequel is going to be more like the final act, like it or not, of what we saw in Romulus. And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm all for fan service. So I mean, listen, if I go to McDonald's, I expect a Big Mac to taste like a Big Mac. Don't give me some fancy ass shit and be like, hey, you know what I did? I added extra. It's not the secret sauce. It's the other sauce. Like, shut the fuck up. I ordered the regular shit, and they're like, oh, you try to add this extra shit into it. I didn't. Anyway, I know it's a bad analogy, but the point being, I think that you're right. You gotta do some new things now and again, obviously, to keep it alive, to keep it fresh, but within reason. Not bending it all the way out of proportion where it doesn't even it's not even recognizable as the movie anymore that it started at, or the franchise. So I think that Fede Alvarez is very much tapped into that, and I think Alien means a lot to him, so he's not going to fuck this up. I'm excited. I know you're excited. I can see your boner from here. I got to go pee though in the toilet.
It is just the tip showing. Okay, yeah, no, go ahead. He goes on to say the mistake usually with sequels is to make them because you can, and because of the success of Romulus, we definitely can make a sequel. But I wouldn't do it unless we have a really good idea for it, something that's worthy of the title. So, yeah, I mean, everybody says that about everything, right? You know what I'm wondering? Where's my sandwich? No, honestly, what I'm wondering also is where the fuck is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel? And why does everybody who has access to Fede, not me, you, who has access to him, ow, that hurt my finger, fuck. Why does everyone who has access to this man to ask him questions about Romulus, does not someone sneak in just a quick, hey, shut the fuck up. Just 1 second. Where's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 prequel? What's going on with that franchise, huh? Where's David Blue Garcia? What's going on there? Why doesn't no one fucking ask? You got him in the fucking room, his curly hair. Just fucking ask. I don't know, but that's exciting to me, dude. That's the first sequel news we've gotten for Romulus, and that's exactly what I would have wanted to hear. It's Fede time. Come try Fede's new fettuccine because it's Fede time. Then it's gonna be fucking gnarly. That's what I want. We all wanted it after Star Wars, right? Force Awakens. Hey, man, this movie looks great. Yeah, you're settling us back in. With the nostalgia, it feels so good. But after this movie's over, we're gonna get crazy, right, J.J. Abrams? Right? Shit's gonna get fucking nuts, and we're gonna push the franchise further, right? J.J.? No, we're not. We're gonna have blue titty juice from a monster, and Mark Hamill's gonna be fucking weirdo, and that's what happened there. But I think Fede might actually pull it off. We settled you back into Alien. We got you comfortable. We got you feeling good. We gave you all the old Ridley Scott vibes. And now we're going to fuck you up the butt. But with glee.
Yay!
Right?
Yeah.
With joy.
Do you ever you ever done that thing where you're peeing and then you like you think everything is going to, like go straight in the toilet and then it goes on the seat and you're like, fucking shit, dude.
That happens to me all the time. I'm terrible aim.
I feel like, every time I do that, like I have to clean it up. And I feel like that guy in Halo 3 was like betrayal. Like when you like shoot a teammate, because I was figuring like I had it lined up perfectly. I felt like I was going to be Elon Musk catching the rocket, and obviously it just went haywire and I've crashed. But anyway, I don't know. I literally came back in and I heard you talking about Mark Hamill's blue titty milk infatuation. So Ryan Johnson.
Someone just said that wasn't JJ. I was like, I know, but we thought we were going to get that after J.J. Abrams' first movie, Oh,
dude, J.J. Abrams, talking about a guy that lost a lot of credibility with a lot of fans, dude, after what happened with the whole Star Wars sequel trilogy.
He tried to
right the ship, but The Force Awakens is basically A New Hope retold. I mean, it's literally the same fucking story. The Death Star, the whole thing, the rebellion, it's literally A New Hope. But Ryan Johnson comes in and major pegs the whole series with that bullshit with Mark Hamill titty juice milking it on the side of a cliff somewhere. And then he has to come in. Abrams has like, all right, well, I'll take this piece of shit and try my best to fix it and give it to the kids before they wake up for Christmas because you broke the shit when you delivered it. I know these analogies are crazy, but
we're really good at analogies.
I will say I admit this, and I know people didn't. I liked his take on Star Trek. I thought he did a great job with Star Trek. So I thought he would do I thought he was going to do as well with Star Wars, but it turned out not. But anyway,
yeah, I think Fede Alvarez is everything J.J. Abrams is not as far as that goes, because I think J.J. Abrams is a great filmmaker who sometimes can err on the side of safety too much and make things too clean and like
he's like a little bit more of a refined Michael Bay.
Yeah, I see that. Everything's almost sterile to a point where, like, you're not getting anything dangerous. You're going to get exactly what people want. Whereas Fede, I feel like, will go crazy with the stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's get to what you guys have been saying throughout before we go today. Andre Lenoche says, "Give me what I want, or I'll shit my pants."
That was the deleted scene from Storm of the Century. He got tired of saying, "Give me what I want, I'll go away," and he just finally said, "I'll shit my pants."
Speaking of movies that could get a good remake, if you brought him back, I don't know. It doesn't really need one. It's actually just underrated.
I think Storm of the Century is awesome the way that it is, and the guy, and I can't remember the guy that played Andre Lenoche. He was so fucking awesome in that part.
Clearly, it was Jason Statham.
Dude, that's who they would cast.
Give me what I want, I'll go away.
It wouldn't be him in that role. He'd be the fucking cop. He was like, "I'll just fuck him up if he gets out order." If he gets out order, I'll take him around the back of the pub and fuck him up. I'm awful at accents, but that's what it would be like.
I'm the beekeeper. I'm here to keep the bees.
There's sharks. If there's sharks out there, I'll take them all. I'm literally now it's going into some kind of weird Australian. There's sharks out
Where's
there.
my best friend Sylvester?
Yeah. Dude, I watched. I don't know if I told you guys, but I watched. Dude, even April,
the movie.
She was the Meg 2. I watched the movie, yeah, but Meg 2. Because here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. I told April she wanted to watch it because she likes sharks and shit. And I was like, all right, well, you got to watch the first one. And I was like, it sucked. I mean, it's bad. It's a bad movie. And she's like, no, I want to watch the second one. I was like, oh, my God. This is going to be even worse. And, dude, I swear, we got like an hour and 10 minutes. It's one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life, dude. And she even was like, you can turn it off.
The Meg 2?
The Meg 2, yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, I know it just too much. The first
it's
one
not even about fucking sharks, really. I mean, they're just there in the peripheral, and then they go down to an underwater secret bunker where Jason Statham is betrayed by his. And it's like, and I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, dude, I went through like 20 minutes of that piece of shit. Good McDonald said, "Hey Jay, did you introduce yourself to Jamaican Red, and are you friends now?"
What?
And that maybe the guy in the apartment complex.
Oh, that dude. Oh no,
selling Chiba.
No, I can smell him, but I don't talk to him. I think he might have moved out. I don't know. I can't remember. I still smell it now and again, but it might. I think it's a different flavor from a different neighbor. I mean, it's literally turning into a goddamn fucking Caribbean.
Dude, you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere these days without someone not puffing the reefer.
Dude,
I'm fine with that. I support it, but
I was in the living room like last week, and I was watching something, and then I was like, "What the fuck is that skunk?" I was like, there's a fucking skunk outside, dude. Like, god damn. And I turned out it was the reefer because I got a little contact buzz, dude. It was so fucking strong, dude. I felt like, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get fucking Domino's for some reason.
John of the Course says, "What's good, fellas? Better animated fight sequence. Batman versus Shredder in TMNT film. That is a great one. Or Batman versus Deathstroke from Arkham Origins. Much love. I'm going Batman Shredder, dude.
Arkham Origins for me, dude. Because the Batman versus Deathstroke Arkham Origins, which he's talking about, if you guys don't know, is the opening between those. Dude, it was so fucking well done. It's so cinematic. It makes me sad a little bit too, though, because that's what we could have got with the Batfleck and Maginelli. If that script had gone through, we would probably had something like that. And I watched this this filmmaker react to that particular trailer, and he was like, I'm blown away that this is CGI. Like, it was so well done and choreographed, and I don't know if they used mocap for that, but I don't think, maybe they didn't, but it's so fucking amazing, dude. The Batman Deathstroke, so good.
Yeah, dude, those are excellent choices, by the way. Excellent choices. Andre Lenoche says, "Hey, Loomis, you left your trench coat at last month's Diddy party. Hunter Biden said he put your goodie bag in the left breast pocket."
He's full of shit. His daddy bailed him out. I don't want to talk about Hunter bullshit Biden. And I wasn't even at a goddamn Diddy party. I don't believe in baby oil. Okay, so I'm not invited. I don't use baby oil for shit. Nasty ass. You were there, Andre. You shit your pants in the corner. Remember? You said, "Give me my baby oil," or I shit my pants, and they gave you your baby oil.
Living Press, thanks, buddy. Says WWE may suck, but we can Netflix and chill Raw. I see what he did there. He's talking about not using lube when he puts it in your rectum.
I like it.
God, that sounded gross when it came out that way. Anywho, I've resurrected from the death curse I've had since Christmas. If I can do it, Stu can too. Get it up, baby! Get it up. Yeah, Jay believes in Stu coming back. And we're happy you feel better.
Yeah, I believe that as much as I believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like sherbet rainbow.
Field of Screams podcast says watch Smile 2, and I agree with Mike. Fuck yeah, dude, that movie sucked. I know, right? It's a pop star bitching about her life the entire time while getting others killed. But I can't agree with you on the second part, my friend. Ohio State will take you down, and they're gonna just absolutely obliterate your buns.
I gotta go back and watch. I haven't even watched Small 1, so
hey, we can do. Wait, we'll do a reaction vid for it.
Yeah. Well, so barely that one was good, right? Everyone universally agreed that Small 1 was good.
Most people like Smile 2 because they're just not good at watching films like I am. And yeah, no, Smile 1 was great. Far better film. Far better film. Everyone knows that. Papa Hades. Daddy, Bobby.
I actually thought he was talking about us. I was like, okay, well, go clean your fucking room.
Yeah. Where's the $20 you left to your pizza? You better not have bought pot with it. Mike Barton said, did Ski Bank come up with new WAM merch? Ski Bank.
I don't know.
Ski Bank. Is that the graffiti guy? Ski Bank.
I don't know.
I don't know. Are you talking about the shirt? This is hot. It's hot.
No, yeah, we got some. If you guys, there's some merch. There's some links available to get those. Some good shits.
Yep. There's a link down below for this stuff. A goose. These cups are super sweet, dude. I love these cups.
I don't drink coffee.
I look like a goddamn. It's like people only do things for money anymore, and that's sad, you know.
You do look like you're promoting a lot. You also
just get my tattoo in there too.
Yeah, you also look like an asshole that like works at like a Magic the Gathering shop. Like, it's not really.
Hey, come by the Christmas party. We'll have chips and dip. Wild Willie. Mike, would you ever consider touching it? Maybe. No, streaming while playing Madden. Would love to see. Could challenge Patreon members. Easy 500K views. Yeah, everyone's going to sign up for that shit for sure. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows Jim Vitale.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Playing games on streaming it and being entertaining at the same time and actually being able to play the fucking game is pretty hard, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we were doing it on Patreon, it was still kind of like, because you don't want to like leave your audience be like, where you're like, oh. And you're just, I'm not gonna name the streamer, but there's a streamer that fucking does that, dude. He's been around for quite a while. He literally plays the game and he mouth breathes when he's playing it, and then he's like,
yeah.
And it was like, yeah, this is real fucking informative. I love this shit. This is so entertaining,
dude. Honestly, I did this. Jay and I were thinking about jumping on Twitch a while back, so I set it all up and I had it set up and I played like 10 or 15 games of Madden on there. With like 4 viewers watching, but I played some of you guys. I beat the shit out of everyone. I think I beat Mike White like 76-10 or something. Jordan, yeah. Jordan did beat my ass though. Jordan beat me and beat me with the Panthers too. But I would love to do something like that with Patreon members. And we've talked about. Well, we know that this month we're definitely going to play Marvel Rivals on the Patreon.
Yeah, that's going to be
month,
fun.
so,
yeah, Marvel Rivals going to be really. It's been a while since I played a multiplayer game, but I was like, dude, I'm like the most boring like. Maybe on like horror games, it's different because if I know I'm streaming it to an audience, I'll have to fucking like not mute it, and that's usually what I do when I play horror games. I mute that shit. Like I'll mute that shit. I don't give a fuck, and then I'll wait, and then like sometimes I'll exit out really quick if it's like something really scary, and then I'll go take a walk before I get into it because I know what's coming. It's a whole fucking ritual, dude. But like if it's something like where it's like a RPG, like a Fallout or a Skyrim or whatever, I take so fucking long creating my character. It's the most boring. Dude, it's like 45 minutes. Like he's got to look right. He's got to have a cool ass fucking scar. He's got to.
Back in the day, it took even longer because Jay'd be like, "Hang on, man, I want to smoke a cigarette real quick."
Well, yeah, dude. I'm literally like a fucking director in his chair. I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. What we're gonna need to have is a bigger body because if the body doesn't look right on screen, then and then you'll play that. You'll start the game. And it's like he looks like shit. I have to go back to the drawing board. Then I'll restart the game just so I can create the character again. It takes fucking forever.
Yeah, and dude, I can't play Madden on the stream well because I won't talk to people on the mic because it takes away from my concentration. And by the way, I do that. Like when I play guitar, Kenny calls it like my guitar face. When I'm trying to focus, I'm like,
yeah. It's like there's two things that you really don't want people to see when you're in your privacy: your fucking sex face, your fuck face, or your gaming face. Because usually it's or. It's awful. I mean, if you have like nobody looks like Christian Bale fucking in American Psycho. You're like, nobody looks like that. If you actually turned a camera around on you and like actually saw your fuck faces, you'd be horrified. But anyway, yeah, I just think that the ones that can do it properly, that multitask, it's great. But I personally, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll try it. I think what we could do, man, is it would be pretty fun. I used to love. I can't play it because I'm not skilled enough to play it. But Fight Night back in the day. I would watch my brother play it, and I would just like, I felt like Mickey, dude. It was like, oh, dude, like lean left, go for the body, body. Dude,
I was gonna say if someone wants to challenge me to a game of Madden during the Patreon stream, I know that'd be boring for some people, but like, it's actually really fun to have Jay watch you play. Like, for some reason, Cody used to go to Jay's room like, dude, come watch us play. And he'd be like, I don't want to, but like, dude, just watch us play, just hang out with us. And we would make Jay sit there and like commentate while
I'd be like coaching. I'm like, no, dude, obviously he's leaning to his left, so go to the right, go to the body more. Like he's protecting that shit. You see how the hand's dropping? He's scared of it. He's scared of that right. Come on, bring in that. It was fun. I like doing that shit. Because I felt like I was playing without playing.
Yeah, it was good times, dude. Vel says, for the unks of YouTube, Mike, thoughts on Talk to Me? Thank you, by the way. I liked it a lot, dude. I thought that glimpse into hell was scary as fuck. And I thought that movie was pretty damn cool. I haven't felt the need to go back and rewatch it, so I don't know what that says about it, but I did think it was a solid-ass scary movie.
Is that the
one with the hand?
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie. I like that movie. I watched that. That was a good movie.
Oh, did you see that one? I didn't know if you'd seen it yet.
I watched it well after it had already been reviewed and stuff, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was dark, dude. Like it had a sinister like vibe to the entire thing. It didn't feel like they were trying to scare you. But Florida Don, James Roday, and Dooley Hill over Zach Braff and Donald Faison. Who the fuck are those first two people?
I don't know who any of those people are.
Sorry, Florida. We love you.
Sorry, Dan.
My liver took the day off. Just used my second sick day for the year. 6 days. Let's go, buddies.
Hey, all right, man.
Damn, buddy. Only got 6 days. He's already 2 in.
Dude, I back in the day, dude, I use all my shit up as quick as I got them. They'd be like, hey, you got PTO? I was like, I used them all. I was like, when? Just now. I was like, I leave work early. I was like, you got some PTO? I was like, I'm talking.
Yeah, dude. I like some people hoard them shits and some people like, no, let's party. Let's fucking go. I'm ready. I appreciate you. I appreciate the way you work. Gary says, I like to pretend all the Loomis from Psycho, Halloween, Scream are one family. Like, what if Samuel Lewis is disappointed in his nephew Billy?
That'd be a crazy connected universe. I mean, that, you know, at one point, we kind of figured that that's what they were going to do. Or it was like some rumors that they were going to connect the universes with Scream and Halloween. But well, maybe because I know what it was. Is because we thought Blumhouse was going to get the rights to it, and then there might be this interconnectedness with the Scream franchise. But
and then there's also Psycho as well. The characters, the Loomis characters, and the Samuel characters in Psycho as well.
Yeah,
I like it. You should write that book, Gary. You should make that happen. Hey, quit being a pervert with your icon picture, though. I see what you're doing there, you anime watching fuck. Michael Parton says there's. Oh, I already read that earlier.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
Let me see here. Where were we? JK's got, hey, everybody. I don't know if everyone knows this, but Stu lives, everyone. Stu lives.
You are fake news. I was trying to do the Donald Trump thing where he goes like this. He goes, wrong. He always takes a break. Wrong.
Dude, I love him or hate him, dude.
I swear to God, dude, that's the most troll shit I've ever seen. I love that shit, dude. If I were still playing like Halo and shit, I would get a soundboard, and that's all I would have, like just to fucking like get people mad. I'm like, wrong. And they'd be like, shut the fuck up. I was like,
remind me during tomorrow's show if we get any dead time to tell you about. I played that Fortnite game on Oculus. It's basically Fortnite, but it's like you're on the Oculus. It's a completely different game. And dude, the shit that these kids were saying, I got out of there real quick. I paid for like 20 minutes because it was all like little kids and shit like that. But they were saying the nastiest shit to me because you could hear them in your headset and you could see each other like move your arms and shit. We're just probably more. We don't have time today, but fuck me. JK said Resident Evil remake with Mr. X.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, yeah. Let's not have fucking Nemesis where he's like heartbroken over what happened to him, and like in the second one, like Resident Evil 2, where he's like, remember, because it was Matt that they kidnapped from the first movie, and then he was Nemesis, and she saw his pretty blue eyes. And she's like, Matt, and he's like, I left my shit. I'm gonna help you. It's fucking dumb, dude.
Michael Parton said, this is my own personal opinion. I don't think Andy Muschietti is the right person to do a Batman movie. I think he should stick with horror. Until he shows me one movie that his most solid movie to me is It. And apart from that, I have problems with everything else he's done. I don't like it.
I agree with you. Well, I mentioned the fact that certain directors are great, in their own right, but certain directors just don't translate well to certain types of genre. So I think maybe Andy Muschietti is like that. Like he just has a hard time developing something like a superhero property for the mass to consume. I don't know.
Yeah. Gary said that they just released the House of the Dead 2 remake trailer the other day. What is that? That's a video game, right?
Yeah, the House of the Dead. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was about the Packers.
No, I thought. Usually, I also got it confused with my ex-wife's vagina. There was a lot of House of the Dead.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was my first joke in my head, and I thought, I'll maybe revolve the clip around.
I gotta get off of it because it's like every time I bring her up, dude, I feel like a little bit of my soul gets siphoned off. Like it's just like an ooey feeling. Like I was like,
it's just too easy.
Like that skanky.
It's just too. There's so many jokes to make.
I'm literally like staring at people like taking it. I just made eye contact. Oh my god.
Oh no! They're like, look at that nerd, fucking nerd.
I was like. So anyway, back to the news stories. No, I was. They're like,
I bet he's just talking to himself.
They're like walking their dog, and then I was looking up to see what they were doing, and that woman was like, I was like, she like felt my ass like watching. I was like, you're not attractive to anything. I'm not like checking you out. I swear to God.
That Dave Matthews song, "Hide up your skirt a little more for me and show the world to me."
I feel like I gotta duck down further, dude. Because they're like staring, they're like right over there.
Oh fuck! JT Owsley, love the picture. He says my 60-year-old boss with huge jugs wants me as her new lead. She's been showing me off more cleavage lately, but I only got eyes for one woman, my mom.
What poet JT Owsley is. Every time that man comes in here, he just drops nuggets of poetry to the masses that we do not deserve. But this man is open about his incestual relationship with his mother, and you know what? He's trying to normalize it, and for that. Keep fighting the good fight there with the big 60-year-old boss, but you have eyes for your mommy, and that's the bottom line because JT Owsley said so.
You know what? You and Norman Bates. Norman Bates is a likable guy, right? He wanted to plug his mom.
Dude, I swear to God, JT, if we were like hanging out somewhere and you'd be like that dude, like all of a sudden after we were drinking, we were all hanging out, like having a good time shooting the shit. You'd be like, yeah, man, I don't know what it is, guys. Like, I know I just met you, but I want to fuck my mom. What do you think about that? I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm way too drunk to have this conversation. I don't really know you, but I don't think that's a good idea because you're gonna have like one-eyed, like children in the hills have eyes shit. I don't know.
Hey, dude, say the sentence one more time.
What?
The hey guys.
Oh, hey guys. I don't know how you feel about this, but I kind of want to fuck my mom.
Man wants to fuck mother. More than 11.
Hey, that's what right now that's a common news story. Like weird shit like that. Like if it bleeds, it leads.
Oh, that's a great movie, by the way. Nightcrawler.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing movie, dude.
Yeah, too bad that you have the performance of the acting ability of Jake Gyllenhaal in that film and how awesome and creepy he was, and then you put him in a superhero movie and you think he's going to be kind of the same way, and you get Mysterio. The Walmart door, the Walmart door greeter version.
They can't all be winners, They can't all be winners. Oh no, why is Brett Favre trending? That's not something we want.
He did another dick.
Oh, okay. No, I was worried it could be even worse. Anything could happen. No, he just said that he thinks Mike McCarthy would be a good pick to develop Caleb Williams.
You feel like shit, dude. You'd have to do that breaking news thing if it was like Brett Favre found dead.
Oh no, that's fucked up, man.
I mean, that would be.
I don't think we can do.
You're like, what did he do? It's like, oh, he died. I didn't know that.
No, dude, I don't think you can't be. Yeah, I don't think you could do it for like people. Like, dude, that'd be something like.
No, but your tone was like. We're gonna have to stop doing that, dude, because that button's gonna get it's gonna be like we're gonna rely on it too much. Like everything we say is like, hey, did you guys know I got a big wiener?
Dude, I wish I could do that when my wife comes home. She's like, "Are you drunk again?" I'm like, "Yes, I am."
I know that made me spit out my smoke. My smoke came out my mouth. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, like that's like those people that get they get a laugh track. Or there's a guy that streams. I'm not mentioning names because I'm not getting sucked into that drama, but he gets made fun of because he always like uses like a laugh track on his. He's got like a laugh track button and he uses it all the time, like for anything he says. It's like boom,
just get you tickled.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like he just loves it. Like he loves that fucking button.
Hey, I've had a good time today, man. This is good.
Yeah,
I think I'm jacked up on coffee right now. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Chip. But Colton, what's up, dude? He said, "Hey, dudes, Mike, did you watch the Mel Gibson Joe Rogan Experience episode?" Dude, I'm halfway through it actually. Mel Gibson's fucking wild, dude.
I saw that he was on there. I watched a bit of. I didn't watch any of that. I watched him on a news program talking about that he while he was on Joe Rogan, he found out his house burned down, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh, is that? It must be the second half. I've gotten there.
Spoiler alert: his house burned down.
You go there like, hey, Mel. By the way, I know that we're talking about all this crazy shit, but I got some news for you.
My house is on fire. I know. What he said
was fucked up. That's not.
Well, he was talking in the news, that whatever news program it was. He was giving the interview, and he said, "Well, because the lady was like, well, you found out that your house burned down or it was whatever gone while you were on the Joe Rogan podcast." He was like, "Yeah, well, Joe has a way of putting you at ease, so I didn't lose a lot of strength." I was like, "It's all that fucking weed, Mel. Like, come on, it's in the air, it's in the seat. You're breathing that shit in." But yeah, I felt bad for him, but you say what you want about Mel, dude. He is a national treasure of an actor. You can disagree with him all you want in politics, but director, awesome, amazing. Too bad that Cancel Hollywood got it up their ass to keep him away from the big screens for a long time, because I mean we missed out on a lot of stories that guy could have told. But anyway,
yeah, 100%. And what he said's fascinating. It is one of those people, like when you listen to him talk, you definitely have to make sure that you do your own research. I'll put it that way, because he has some wild, crazy ideas. But he told some wild stories in there, man. That one about him going to like some brain scanner dude, and he was like, "You have the most PTSD of anybody I've ever seen," or whatever. And he said that he spends a lot of time in his animal state, which is just like gnarly and like, "I will beat your ass."
He does look like that.
I will beat your ass.
Yeah, he looks like he's one coffee away from just like smashing it into your face for no reason whatsoever. Like I watched that interview. He's like, "This interview's over. It's over." I'm like, "Yeah, don't fuck with him." Like you could tell, like that man's got a Wolverine inside of him.
Dude, do you remember that one interview we watched him do? And the second the guy pissed him off because he kept asking about his past. He's like, "I'm here to talk about a movie." But the second that
that's the interview I'm talking about. I don't remember what he exactly said, but yeah, that was the one.
Right when he thought that they were off air, he goes, "Fucking asshole." That was so good.
Well, and to be fair, is because they ambushed him. Like he was there to promote his movie. I don't remember what movie it was, but then all they wanted to talk about is that his alcoholism and all that shit. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? This is a morning show." Yeah. And I don't know if a lot of people know that. I'm an alcoholic, and I spiked my coffee before I came here. But is that your business? No.
Yeah, he's doing Passion of the Christ 2, which is not my cup of tea, obviously. But and I don't think a lot of people realize this. Probably the studios did this on purpose. But the movie that comes out this week is Wolfman, and then next week is Flight Risk. And Flight Risk is the bald Mark Wahlberg one where he's actually a bad guy again. Mel Gibson directed that. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the Passion of the Christ 2. I was like, I don't really think the story lends itself to a sequel.
You had it with the first one.
Well, I mean, there was a cliffhanger. I mean, he did come back. Like, what happened? I mean, what's going on?
Hey,
But yeah,
Good
so
call,
are we getting the sequel? It's like, yes, 2,000 years when I come back. It's like, damn, I gotta wait that fucking long. Holy shit! Talking about Avatar 75. Like, how long is that gonna take? Right? No, but anyway, I think Mel Gibson's. Yeah, he did say some dumb shit, and he deservedly got called out for it. And alcohol obviously was an excuse, but the way that they browbeat him for decades after that, dude, and kept him like in the fucking dirt was crazy. And the fact that they gave Robert Downey Jr. another chance, and that guy was just as fucking of a raging drug addict moron as Bell was. I don't know. Even Robert Downey called it out. It was like, hey man, give Mel another chance. Remember at that award show?
Yeah, he's hugged the cactus long enough. And I mean, in a world that we live in where I mention this every time I have to mention it, and I'll continue to do so, where Chris Brown is selling out stadiums and arenas, and he literally beat the shit out of a beloved pop star that everyone knows about and no one gives a shit or cares. No. I think that Mel Gibson should be allowed to give us his acting prowess where it's deserved. And he has had the chance to.
He's called back. He's called back. I think he's gotten back up a little bit, but he's nowhere near what he could have been or what he should be. But it is what it is.
100%. And you know what this is? It's the end of our show. Did you like that segue?
Yeah.
Did you like that? That was fucking getting good at this shit. But fear not, my friends. Hey, this is really fun. Great opening episode of this. I feel great about it. Thank you guys for showing up today in the middle of the afternoon to hang out with us. More movie news, more shit as it happens tomorrow. Whatever happens between now and then, we'll talk about as well. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. You guys take care of yourselves. We love you, and we love the way that your butts taste, smell, feel.
Yeah, there we go. That's a Diddy party if I've ever heard one.
Come on over. I'll show you.
See you guys.